shoot, there we go. Hi guys. We're
We
here
can
now.
see them.
Sorry for the weird start. We didn't want to miss anything here.
And a view of integrity from the WB-57. We're at 50,000.
They said the camera on the outside of the craft broke, so they can't give us any live footage from the craft from the outside of it. I don't know if their inside ones are still working or not. They still haven't deployed the parachutes, you know. They're just falling.
Wow. Yeah, they're falling hot. It looks like a space alien UFO.
Mm-hmm.
There's gonna be so many videos of that are CGI'd.
So if you're just tuning in, the aliens are landing on Earth right now.
Correct.
There's the parachute.
And there go the first series of parachutes.
I beat the announcer.
And we're on drogues.
Okay. Still coming in hot.
Mm-hmm.
Still hot.
I wish they had the thing up that tells us how far away they are. Is that the ocean now? Pretty sure that's ocean. Yep. Here we go.
Time to splash down 3 minutes.
3 minutes to splash down.
Better get pulling on that main chute, guys. I know they don't want to do it if they're going too fast, right? That's part of the problem.
Yeah. Then you can mess the parachute up.
Mess parachute up, not to mention cause extreme amount of jerking.
Mm-hmm. Usually save that for Saturday nights.
Mm-hmm. They did that before the
This
re-entry
is
cameras.
much better.
Passing through 10,000 feet. Still on drogues.
10,000 feet.
Wow. Looking good so far. Uh-oh.
Oh no, they broke.
There's your new chutes. They don't look like they're spreading out, though, that well.
No. There they go. One of them is.
There we go.
That's much slower.
Recovery beacon has been activated on integrity.
I wonder if those were designed to open very, very slowly like that.
Probably.
Well, they obviously haven't officially made it yet, but it appears that they are going to make it for sure now. All of the major, danger points have been passed at this point. Looks like they're drifting pretty far, but not a big deal, obviously.
Yeah, as long as they don't hit land, but...
Cabin pressure indicates no need for hydrazine checks.
Integrity copies. This is a perfect descent for integrity. Its crew sounding hale and hearty on board. Time to splash down 1 minute 15 seconds.
1 minute 15
Very
seconds,
cool.
everybody. Get your
Very
popcorn
cool.
or your poppers ready. They are landing off the coast of San Diego is what I heard, unless their course has changed too much.
Which I find really fascinating. Not in the Atlantic, but in the Pacific.
Mm-hmm. They launched from the Atlantic and now they're landing in the Pacific. They launched from Kennedy Space Station. I don't remember which pad it was, but it was the same pad that the original Apollo 13 mission launched from. Looks like they're using some kind of boosters to slow them down even more. They try to speed up, like, get me home.
Passing through 1,000 feet.
1,000
What are we
feet.
seeing there? That's weird. Is that a beacon?
Hmm.
It
Yeah,
looks like
actually,
flames.
that might be what it is. They said they activated their beacons.
It looks like flames, though, which is weird. But yeah,
Yeah,
it's
that's what I
probably
was
a
thinking.
beacon. Unless there's some sort of... No, because they're on the top. I heard her mention something about hydrazine, and I know that is a fuel that they use in rockets. So I don't know if they had,
Yeah.
and maybe they have some hydrazine boosters to slow descent if it's going too fast.
Oh, they splashed down.
There we go.
Splashdown confirmed.
Copy splashdown.
Confirmed.
LDR.
Splashdown confirmed at 7:07
It had
p.m.
to
Central Time.
be a nice headache.
5:07 p.m. Pacific Time. From the pages of Jules Verne to a modern-day mission.
Wow, that was almost dead
A
on.
new chapter of the exploration of
Time-wise.
our celestial neighbor is complete. Integrity
Crazy.
astronauts back on Earth. And the landing and support officer reports the vehicle is stable 1. We still will be deploying the crew module uprighting system to maintain that orientation. A perfect bullseye splashdown for Integrity and its 4 astronauts.
Nice.
Nicely done.
Sure, they still got to wait a while. Let the ocean cool the craft
Yeah,
down a little
and-
more.
They gotta
There
wait
you
for
go.
the craft to get there, right? The boats.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely phenomenal. And textbook, not bad considering NASA hasn't done this in what, 20 years?
That was like 50.
Well, no, because you got the space shuttles landed, I guess. So I don't think they've done a splashdown. You're right, for probably 50.
Splashdown time, 7:07 and 47 seconds p.m. Central
Let's
Time.
find
We'll
out.
get that refined for you. That would put the end of the mission at a mission elapsed time of 9 days, 1 hour, 31 minutes, 35 seconds. And we're configuring for very low data rate.
I think those are the boats.
Once again, splashdown occurring in the Pacific,
What are we looking at?
southwest of San Diego at 7:07 and 47 seconds p.m.
Integrity
I will
confirmed.
say,
Comm check on
considering
LDR.
SpaceX is able to reland their rockets exactly where they want them on a floating ship, little less
Mhm.
impressive, but
We have you the same.
I'm glad everybody's alive, obviously. That's more important.
Mhm.
Perfect communications established.
Great.
We are stable 1, 4 green crew members.
Look how calm that water is. That's lucky.
Reed Wiseman reporting 4.
I thought you said 3 green crew members, and I was like, what?
That is the fact that they're in great condition.
I just got a notification from Apple News Stories. Artemis II astronauts have splashed down.
The crew module uprighting system is being deployed. The 5 airbags being
America.
helium
Fuck yeah.
maintain the upright configuration for the vehicle. This was a textbook.
So this
entry,
marks
a
the first
textbook
NASA
down
crewed
for
capsule
Integrity.
splashdown,
Reed Wiseman
returning from lunar
sustained
trajectory
Earth,
since
Jeremy
the
Hansen
Apollo
back on
era.
Earth after a
The
journey
last
around the
time
moon.
there was a crewed capsule re-entry and splashdown was Apollo Soyuz, July 24th, 1975. So it's 51 years, almost 50 years exactly.
Mhm.
Almost
I'm
51
on
years
track.
exactly. So those are to keep it upright?
Probably.
I'm not sure how those help when they're 10 feet off the water, but I guess
Don't
just
worry
in
about
case it flips, then it flips back, but
The Jews came up with it. It's fine.
We continue to monitor the functioning of the CMOOS system. The airbags are being inflated to maintain a stable 1 or
We like inflated airbags.
There's a good view from one of the naval helicopters.
that
hovering
is
overhead.
not a good view. That is a 1975 view.
Has been reporting 4 green crew members, meaning they're all in excellent shape.
So, which ones do you think had sex up there?
All of them.
I mean, you send a woman up.
Houston for SAR beacon and radio.
Yeah.
Do you really pass up the opportunity?
SAR beacon is in 406.
I mean, to be the only person to have sex
Now, go ahead.
above the moon, I guess.
We see the beacon on.
Well, not the only
However,
person.
the
I'm
recovery
sure there's been
team
others
is
so far,
not
but
seeing the signal. Your SAR radio uses the same antenna, so you may run into trouble with
Antenna.
Okay, copy. And we are also powering up the sat phone now.
I think 3 of them are part of the 2 Mile High Club, and the Canadian is probably the first to jerk it in
Integrity
space.
is, in great shape, and as the crew continues its post-splashdown
Another win
sidelined
for Canada.
activities on board, Reed Wiseman once again reporting that all 4 crew members are in excellent shape.
Damn it.
And we have 5 inflated airbags to maintain an upright configuration.
That's 3 more than
So
normal.
that, the reaction, the recovery team.
Yeah, so it does
can
look like
now
those were the
begin a
strobes
slow approach
on
to
the
beacon.
IR
Yeah.
that was
Meanwhile, here on the flight
causing those
control,
Yeah, that's what I
weird.
told you.
Flight Director Rick Hensley
Yes, I know.
is, polling his team of flight controllers for the start of powering down the vehicle after a thorough systems check. We have no toxic gases to be concerned about, so the recovery personnel can approach.
I don't think anyone had Taco Bell for a while, so there's not going to be any toxic
have powered
gases.
Down the spacecraft. That's expected to take a few more minutes.
So I'm asking Grok now why they have to do it at high speed instead of much slower. Spacecraft have to re-enter at high speed because of the basic orbital mechanics and energy conservation. There's no practical way to slow re-entry from orbit without making the mission impossible with current technology.
For all intents and purposes, a textbook mission.
On 28 per hour remain on this frequency.
We copy.
Reed Wiseman indicating some trouble with the StarSat phone on board, but that's not an issue. What is more important is that the vehicle is solid. No issues as we begin the power down of the vehicle to begin the recovery process.
So according to Grok, there's essentially 3 main points why it's impossible. The fuel requirements are way too large. Slowing down still causes you to fall into the atmosphere anyway. And if you tried to enter very slowly, gravity would accelerate you anyway. So basically, you can't carry enough fuel to fight the gravitational forces.
The propulsion officer here in Mission Control reports that we have safed the prop system on integrity.
And of course, there's no air to slow you down, so
That was very weak and broken.
we're very little.
Integrity, Houston did not call.
Oh.
Copy that, Houston. It might have been on the SAR radio. Stand by.
So it sounds like they're having communication issues now.
With Houston, I guess. Or with their satellite phone.
Milestones were executed in perfect fashion. Integrity entering the Earth's atmosphere right on time, reaching its peak speed shortly after a blackout period began. We emerged from the blackout.
The amount of engineering it takes.
The recovery
Because you think it's just like, oh, this thing's flying through and they can like move it around or something and land in the Pacific Ocean. No, they had to plan this out from the time that they launched it in Florida. Plan out the entire route around the moon and back to Earth and land right there. It wasn't like something they started doing a couple hours ago to land there.
Everything's calculated down to the inch and down to the mile per hour. It really is incredible. Obviously, far, far easier today with computers than all these calculations had to be done by hand back in the 60s and 70s.
Mm-hmm.
This is the part I also didn't understand. Why the hell does this take so long?
You ever tried to pick up a bullet that was just shot?
With no joy
A time or
on
two.
SAR and SAT phone, we'd
What?
like you to come
A time or two.
an additional 15 minutes for a
How does it feel?
30-minute power down delay.
So they have 15 minutes left on a power down delay. So it's just simply the heat on the craft that they have to stay
Mm-hmm. They
floating.
heated up to almost 5,000 degrees Fahrenheit on
Right.
entry.
No joy on SAR radio or sat phone.
So it sounds like they're having trouble communicating right now.
And standby.
There may be some kind of decompression that needs to happen too.
Hey Lily, excuse me. Hey Jackie, we just got the master diver on SAR.
We see a boat finally
Mm-hmm.
coming in closer.
A good view of one of the fastest.
Anyone just tuning in, these are the aliens that just landed.
Are happy
Right.
with your comm with Master Diver?
We
You
are
can
waiting
go
to
back
see
the
whether they are
15-minute
friendly or not. If they are here to wipe out the entire human race.
Yeah, we'll confirm here in a second.
They have these really weird balloons on top.
Coordinating with the flight control team in Houston here in mission control.
Right now, it's just a standoff between the U.S. Navy and the alien spacecraft.
To the recovery teams approaching the spacecraft. There are no issues with integrity. We've had a bit of broken capability in establishing a SARSAT or satellite phone communications capability between the crew on board Integrity and the recovery team. That will get sorted out here shortly.
So we're trying to make communications with the aliens.
On board Integrity. So there's no
It's not working yet.
the power down.
Call you on the sat phone and not getting an answer there either.
Concur. We haven't had anything come through.
And Houston, if you could relay to recovery that we hear them, but it does not appear as though they are hearing us.
Houston copies, and Reed, just to confirm, you are pushing the PTT.
We're about to make
on
contact.
radio.
So as we continue to sort out the communications between Integrity and the recovery teams, we are standing by for the initiation of the power down procedures that, as you see, the recovery teams are moving towards the side of the capsule. The next major event will be the erection of that large inflatable raft called the front porch. That will be the port of call for the crew as they're being extracted one by one from the vehicle.
Hands come marching in one by one. So they're about to
Integrity, Houston,
exit their craft they've been in for 9 days and about an hour and a half. Oh, it has erected.
Standing by.
No, it hasn't. That's the boat. Never mind. We do not have an erection yet.
Yes.
No erection. Copy.
The push to talk, the two buttons on the left side of the radio below the up-down arrows. We are utilizing them. I'm rebooting the radio to see if we get good comms.
Okay.
They're still trying to figure out how the sat phone works, I guess.
Seeing that you're touchdown plus 3030 for power, correct?
That's affirmative.
We have a large military force here now at the alien aircraft.
We are trying a backdoor approach.
Yeah, we like the backdoor approach.
Mission control here. Call the crew on their satellite phone. This all part of the coordination.
A lot of people say they don't, but once they try it,
that
Mhm.
initiate the actual recovery operation. The first boats with the Navy divers on board are standing by, waiting to close in on Integrity to begin the process of erecting the large inflatable raft that's called the front porch that will be where the astronauts are extracted from so that they can have a few minutes to get their land legs back before they're hoisted aboard the Navy helicopters for the flight back to the deck of the USS John P. Murtha.
Wonder what it smells like in there. I heard they had a couple of problems with the toilet.
there's a shooting happening right now.
Dude,
Oh, no, there's not.
couldn't
Never
have
mind.
waited. Okay,
Wait, hold on.
wait.
No, it took place yesterday. Okay. There's a shooting that took place yesterday. Porterville, California. Suspect shot and killed a deputy sheriff and barricaded himself with a rifle after they attempted an evacuation. Or not an evacuation, I'm sorry, a eviction. We'll take a look at that after we finish this.
Mm-hmm. Still haven't got the erection yet, so it's gonna be a while.
Still waiting on the erection. While we're waiting on the erection, how do you feel about the fire being set to the Kimberly-Clark warehouse?
Oh, I kind of heard about that. Was it just a disgruntled employee, or did they like fire that
Yeah,
guy?
some socialist employee that literally lit the fire, posted on TikTok, and said you should have just paid us fairly or whatever.
I wonder what he was getting paid.
Rumor has it was $25 an hour.
Wow.
Seems pretty
Yeah.
fair to me for a warehouse
I'm sure
job.
he was not giving a $25 an hour ethic. So
Let me,
I'm sure you're being paid more than fair.
and there's actually a follow-up to that too, but hang on.
So this is just in from President Trump. If the aliens do not show themselves soon, they are going to nuke them. That's why we're zooming out. Now we're zooming back in. Okay.
This is Mission Control, Houston. While we stand by for the establishment of communications between Integrity and the recovery team that is basically standing by very close to the spacecraft, we're going to go to the deck of the USS John P. Murtha, where Megan Cruz is standing by with Administrator Jared Isaacman.
Hey, Rob, yeah, just such an honor to be able to be here on the ship, to be able to share and experience this moment with everyone together. And of course, as you just said, yes, here with NASA Administrator Jared Isaacman. Administrator, how did you feel getting to witness this and seeing NASA at its best?
Oh, I mean, I'm honestly, I'm still at a loss for words. I mean, you know, like
Seeing
trials
NASA
of
at
Jared
its
right now, I
best.
can't believe what I just saw. I mean, almost been waiting my whole lifetime to see this, and then NASA Administrator. I just couldn't be more proud of the entire workforce, the years, the effort, the late nights, all the hard work from across the country that contributed to this incredible moment right now. And yeah, incredibly grateful too for our teams here on the John P. Murtha right now.
Yeah, look at the behind us
We've
here.
got everybody. Hey, what do you guys think? We just brought some astronauts back from the moon, huh? Unbelievable. Thank you. Yeah, so grateful to the
Is this woman's first day on the job?
that are here, the NASA teams. I mean, this is a
I
joint
guess.
effort that's on their way right now. These recovery forces are getting out to our Orion spacecraft, Integrity, get our astronauts back on the ship safely.
Yeah, and this is not just an accomplishment for NASA. This is
So
an
according
Looks like it can be
to
reused.
again, a historic mission
Wow.
to the
According
moon
to
and back.
Grok,
How does this,
it was a
really
warehouse
hope
in
to
Ontario,
fulfill
California,
Well, I'll tell you, I
which
think about,
I
think
do
about our
empathize
crew
with
members.
the extremely high
that
cost of
we've
living
all
in
had an
California,
opportunity to
but
observe over the last
you can hardly blame that on the corporations.
Professional astronauts. I mean,
And he was making $28.26 an hour and put 30 people out of a job.
To the stars that we send out there right now, and I can't imagine a better
Socialism wins again.
Artemis II crew that just completed
Now you're making no money.
mission right now. So yes,
Make unemployment for a couple weeks. So what? $10 an hour?
in the business of sending astronauts,
I'm sure he's going to jail.
bringing them back
Well, yeah.
safely,
I would hope.
I guess the other ones.
I mean, it is California. They might be like, he was just a troubled
just
boy and
taken
having a mental
advantage of.
breakdown.
beginning. We are going to get back into doing
He
Yeah.
said that he was trying to come out as trans, but he wasn't accepted.
building our base.
Yeah, are we going to build on the momentum for
The
Artemis
scary
II?
thing is how many
Around the
people are
corner.
defending this action,
Absolutely. So, I
and
mean,
there's
that's,
apparently
you know,
been
Artemis II, I
a
can't wait to get the
copycat
crew
already,
off of Integrity right
also
now.
in Ontario,
Also
California,
getting
at a
Integrity back
True
on the
Religion
ship so we can
store
start taking a look
in
at
the
it, because all
Ontario
that
Mall.
data is so precious
So
to
could
us
have
right
potentially
now.
murdered
We
hundreds of
definitely wanna
people.
take a good look at the thermal
Mhm.
protection
Didn't,
system.
but
We're
could
gonna
have.
download all the data they couldn't transmit back to us and use that to inform Artemis
This is
III.
what you're
We're already
endorsing.
making progress, right? You had SRB segments
Not
already
you,
showing up
obviously,
at,
but the
at
people
JSC
endorsing it.
core stage for Artemis III
People
is
will
on
die
on April
if you
20th.
continue to act
We're
like there's
getting,
something
39
legitimate
we're getting,
in
Moon
this.
Launcher 1 back in vehicle assembly building. So yes, there
I
is
won't
a
be
lot to
surprised to
celebrate
find
right
out
now
that
on
somebody
the
has
team, and
died
mission
already.
Well accomplished for Artemis 2, and at the same time, we got to start getting ready for 3.
Amazing. And last question, for people who joined us for all
So,
10 days.
which one
to
was
see
Artemis
what we
1? What
accomplished
happened for
together with
Artemis
our
1? Did they just
international partners.
do a low Earth orbit or something?
What do you think about?
I don't think it was manned.
We're going to
Oh,
be
okay.
doing this more and more and more.
I don't remember if they shot it out to the moon or how far out it went, but that was just the first original test to make sure everything worked without people in it.
It makes me really
This was
happy.
the first manned test.
It makes me really happy to know that there are millions of people in the world, Euros, Islamists, Chinese, that were praying that this would go wrong, just so they can mock America a little bit more. And they gotta suck it once again.
Yeah.
Sucks to be
They're
second
gonna suck
place,
this
doesn't it?
erection once it gets
Finally
here.
happens.
Incredibly exciting time, and we're not going at it alone. We're bringing everybody along with us.
Absolutely. And speaking of everyone, one more time, we're going to ask the crew here. You guys ready to land on the moon?
It's entirely possible that
Awesome. I love
at least our grandkids, if not our kids, will be able to take vacations to the moon.
Distracted from Orion, so
Yeah.
stay tuned, and we'll see you back here shortly.
I think we'll be too old by the time that happens, but
Well, obviously, the CEOs will take vacations to the moon while
Thank
us
you, Megan, and thank
plebes
you,
will be,
Administrator Isaacson.
broke on Earth.
We are in the process
in 200 years there'll be an
establish that
Epstein Island on the moon.
establish the procedures that will lead to the power down of the spacecraft, which is gently bobbing in the Pacific following a bullseye touchdown.
I wish they were showing like a map
7 p.m.
exactly where it is off the coast and like
Pacific
some other stats and stuff. No, it's just this like static image with this weird guy talking.
southwest of San Diego.
Learn to put on a show, NASA. Literally the entire fucking world is watching this.
Administrator, and we have
No kit,
4
no shit,
wealthy crew
no
members
kit,
on board.
no shit. That is one place where they are severely lacking, despite their
We now have
monstrosity
You
of a
just
budget.
sent
has been powered down
4
as
people
procedures
around the moon
powered down.
and back,
Flight control team here in Houston.
and you
Flight
can't
crew
get some fucking visuals on the stream.
priority to the exploration ground systems team out in the Pacific. Now, we will physically not get off console with this team until the crew has been extracted into the front porch, that inflatable raft that will be erected along the side hatch
Hmm.
of Integrity. So
Still
we're
waiting for our erection.
in the next step in the recovery procedures, but everything is in great shape, and we have 4 healthy crew members on board the vehicle.
Any idea when that'll happen? I didn't think it'd be this long to get him out. I know first thing I'd do, I'd get out of that spacecraft onto the erected front porch,
Went by the book.
and I'd take a piss in the ocean.
Trajectory for Integrity that
Yeah.
was culminated with one final raise burn to improve the angle of attack for the vehicle as it entered the Earth's atmosphere. All of that flight dynamics computation worked like a charm.
Everyone else leave a comment. What would you do? First thing getting out of that spacecraft. And also, if you're a flat earther, I want to know what you think is going on right now.
To approach integrity and begin the process of erecting that inflatable raft
Yes.
called the front porch.
Finally getting to the erection.
We'll see the crew members be extracted from the hatch of Orion into that inflatable raft before they're hoisted aboard 2 Navy helicopters in a variety of different configurations. Each crew member will be hoisted in sequential fashion, in alternating fashion, 2 crew members for each helicopter before they turn around to head back to the John P. Murtha. Once on the deck of the ship, they'll be brought into medical bay for comprehensive medical exams. But Reed Wiseman has reported several times that the crew is in excellent shape.
Good to know. Crew is in excellent shape. Good job, crew.
Good job.
So just to recap, it has been some 26.5 minutes since the splashdown of integrity in the Pacific.
Wow.
The vehicle is in excellent shape. It performed like a champ all the way down.
There is no
Good champ.
There is no American flag on Blue Sky.
Were checked off in excellent
Wow.
trip hazards.
How much you want to bet?
The parachutes all deployed as planned.
Did they just take out all flags? They did.
PM Central
There's a
Time,
pride flag.
Wow.
PM Pacific
Hmm.
Time.
There's a
Crazy.
pride flag, but no American flag. Wow. What pieces of shit. Sorry.
And
Couldn't help
after a
myself.
bit of
That's
a,
just
tussle to try to
that's just
establish a
fucked.
communications link with the recovery team, we were finally able to run through the procedures for the powering down of the vehicle. We've handed over mission authority to the exploration ground systems folks out in the Pacific, and the recovery team will be approaching the vehicle shortly to erect the inflatable raft
There we go.
called the front porch before opening the
They will
hatch
be
to
coming shortly to
bring,
make the
crew
erection.
onto that raft before they're hoisted onto 2 Navy helicopters, 2 crew members for each helicopter before they're flown back to the deck of the USS John P. Murtha.
Is Blue Sky owned by Meta?
I don't remember. I know someone bought them. Shortly after they created it, they sold out quick.
Shout out to the 2 people watching from Blue Sky right now. We appreciate you.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, you.
How much longer we gotta wait here? We got half the U.S. Navy out there.
How long do you normally wait for an erection?
No time. What? How much is less than 0?
Hmm. I thought Trump had a strict no entry policy. Now we've allowed re-entry.
That's just my ex. All right, fine. If you're not going to do it, I'll do it.
This is Mission Control, Houston.
Okay.
After flight dynamics, folks,
Oh, yeah.
we have a bit of a refinement on the splashdown time for you. Their computation shows a splashdown time of 7:07 and 27 seconds p.m. Central Time.
Uh-oh. They were off by a
7:07
minute.
and 27 seconds p.m. Central Time.
They were off by a minute, guys.
So yeah, that was about 27 minutes ago.
Those fucking
Or
bastards at
22
the
minutes
AP.
ago.
That will
32.
equate,
I can't do math anymore.
a mission elapsed time of 9 days, 1 hour, 32 minutes, and 15 seconds.
Nine days and an hour and a half.
Once again, from Flight Dynamics, a splashdown time of 7:07.
Let me know when when's a good time to play a new Crazy Liberal video.
That would equate to a mission elapsed.
I'm hoping we can just see him get out of the thing, and that's that. That's what I'm just waiting for.
15 seconds.
And then I'm
Yeah, I
Probably
would
done
just
with
want to
this
see
for
them,
the
you know,
night.
come out, do the wave, you know, show us that they're not
Mhm.
dead. Probably have a bloody nose, because damn, that was a hard hit.
Reports from the Pacific indicate that the recovery team, in communications with the crew aboard Integrity, that the crew remains in excellent shape as they await the approach of the team for a final hazard gas evaluation before they move to the side of the vehicle to erect the inflatable life raft called the
they're
front.
moving towards it to have an erection.
Oh, look. Alex Jones's InfoWars hosts are now urging people to vote Democrat.
Are you serious?
Again, no issues with Integrity. The vehicle is powered down.
These people are
All
so
of its
dumb.
systems are now safed. We have handed over mission authority to the Exploration Ground Systems folks in the Pacific, but we will not stand down and
Ooh,
have the
that looks like a
entry flight
recovery
control
boat.
team park
Is somebody
its
coming out?
positions until that inflatable
Find out.
raft.
Still haven't had the erection.
Is erected, the hatch open, and the crew having exited the vehicle. So that's the next step in the recovery.
Yep, that's been the next step for like 20 minutes.
The erection is the next step.
For 2 crew members for each helicopter, they'll be hoisted.
Well, if he took a Cialis, it could be anywhere from 2 to 6 hours. If he took a Viagra, we should be approaching erection time any time now.
Looking at is one of the fast boats.
Heard a lot of good stuff about Blue Chew.
Make a hazard assessment.
It's just Viagra. 30 minutes
Yeah.
or less.
But in a chewable tablet.
You're not good at swallowing pills, are you?
Hey,
Or
I'm
is it
not the
just
one
more-
that's going to be swallowing anything.
Walked right into that one.
Mm-hmm. All right, guys, if you're just tuning in, we are waiting for the erection.
Anytime now.
Oh yeah, now I can't see anything. Thanks, helicopter pilot.
Right?
Helicopter pilot.
Wow, there's 5 balls now. When did the 5th ball
Wow,
get
these
there?
people are just making TikToks. Do you see that? They're just making TikToks of the spacecraft.
Check it
Like, this
out.
is gonna get me so many views. That's
mean,
really gonna be
he's
the
not
world
wrong
in like
about
20
that.
years. People are just making TikToks of everything that's happening all
Can't
the time.
can't be in the moment for anything.
Mm-mm.
I say as I'm inside at my computer streaming this instead of outside watching the
Yes, this is
spaceship come
different.
in.
We're
We're not there.
broadcasters, so
That's true.
we're informing
true.
people.
We're official.
And if you like being informed and waiting on erections, you can find me at MillerTalk_pod on X. MillerTalk.substack.com for all the podcasts and other goodies.
Is there
But if you
like
don't like waiting for erections, you can go to JBU_Show on X.
hey now. That's right. My erections are instant. Are there like little kids screaming in the background where you're at or something?
I was wondering if you could hear it or not.
Well,
there's some kids playing around outside.
Okay, every now and then I do, and so I keep taking my headphones off. I'm like, is that my kid yelling?
The recovery of the Artemis crew aboard Integrity. All of the Navy divers and the fast boats.
Looks like I got a picture here since they landed on
Navy
Earth
diver.
from inside the capsule.
Powered down. Entry flight director Rick Henfrey.
No, I don't. Okay.
The front porch to be erected along the side of the vehicle so that the hatch.
Well, that was a
can be
weird
opened and the
tease.
crew members extracted from Integrity, soon to be hoisted one by one into a pair of Navy helicopters.
Once again, we are waiting on the erection
John P. Murtha.
so that
If you missed it,
everyone can come.
We talked to Flight Dynamics and received a more official touchdown time or splashdown time, as it were, of 7:07 and 27 seconds p.m.
It looks like the Irish might start fighting their government again soon.
Seconds p.m. Pacific time.
Oh yeah.
That would equate to a mission elapsed time of 9 days.
What
I think
happens
they
when
made
you
a
just...
militia or something.
Seconds.
It happens.
Well, there was this thing called the IRA, and there were some guys who were disgruntled employees, we'll say, with the British government, the Irish government, and rather than solving the problem and, you know, maybe doing what your citizens want instead of what you think is right, they just decided to squash it. And inevitably, it's just going to rise back up again.
Yep, like this erection.
Believe it or not, the government doesn't get to just do whatever it wants. If the vast majority... See, this is what leftists don't understand. They think that I can light a warehouse on fire because I'm upset about one thing in my specific life. No. What can happen is if 80% of the population is angry at the government, then you can oust your government. You don't get to do it because 5 of you are angry at the government.
Mm-hmm.
And frankly, as long as the system still works, you shouldn't do it at all. As the founding fathers let us know. It's not a wise thing to do unless you have absolutely no other avenue. And we still do. The problem is most people just don't. They take zero responsibility for it.
Well, why would you take responsibility? Who does that kind of thing?
If someone you know was very believed in gender rights, but all of a sudden are leaning towards like traditional values, and that might be a sign that they're becoming more extremist. But
Okay.
Oh.
Well, guess I'm on a list now for saying men shouldn't breastfeed. This is nuts.
All right. I don't need that. I just want to know what that was. Sorry. I was trying to read the subtitles, but then they went away.
Still waiting on the erection.
Allegedly, a trans baby murderer was released from prison 30 years early in Indiana. So that's cute.
Continuing to get excellent views from the imagery assets out at sea in the Pacific of integrity. We continue to get good reports from the landing and support officer who's in contact with the recovery team that the crew is in excellent shape, no issues. They're just currently biding their time, waiting for the front porch to be erected. We have no hazardous hazard gases and no hazardous situation with the vehicle. It performed perfectly all the way down from entry interface to its splashdown in the Pacific at 7:07 and 27 seconds p.m. Central Time. And as you can see, the first phalanx of recovery personnel now pulling up alongside of integrity.
I wonder what the service temp is on the craft right now.
This includes
Probably at least 10.
flight surgeon.
Probably at least 10, yeah.
And other recovery personnel who have trained for several years for this.
Well, we know that
process.
water's like -50. It's so funny when people from the East Coast come here and they go to get in the ocean and they're like, it's cold. Like, yeah, it's always cold. Even in the dead of summer, it's fucking cold.
That's not how it works. You're lying.
It was
That's not how any of this works.
I mean, I get it. It was
The
nice in Florida how
sun
warm the
makes
water
heat,
was.
yes. Does the sun make heat?
Yes. And it is
And so
absorbed
the
by
sun
the
is
ocean.
shining on the water.
Mm.
And you're telling me the water's cold?
Yeah, the ocean actually absorbs like 90% of the sun's radiation too. Still fucking cold.
At this hour,
No, you're lying.
from 41 minutes following splashdown,
It can't absorb
vehicle has been
all of
slowed
that
down. There's no hazardous
and be
gas
cold.
emanating
That's not
from
how
the
anything
vehicle.
works.
That's why
Look,
That's definitely how it works.
I went to
yeah.
high school, buddy, and I graduated.
has been able to
Realist-
fly alongside integrity.
I didn't,
And
so
the
there's
report
that.
continues. Astronauts are in excellent shape.
Everyone, did you hear that?
Realistically, it's like 40 degrees all year. It's fucking cold, and you can get hypothermia in the dead of summer. 100 degrees outside. And yet there's still people that'll go in when it's pissing down rain and 50 degrees outside. Which I at least give it to them, you know. I mean, if you're that diehard about it, you're probably going to freeze and get swept out to the ocean, but good for you for having balls. I've never
I went
understood the
swimming
beach.
in
I
the
hate
Gulf
the
of
beach.
America once.
Yeah, how was that? I imagine that's probably even warmer than the East Coast, huh?
Yeah, it was fine. And then I went swimming in Cancun. I'm failing to remember if that's the Atlantic, the Gulf, or the Pacific.
I don't remember. I think Cancun. I think that's the Pacific side. Although that close to the equator, it might be quite a bit warmer.
So
It definitely
it does
is.
get warm. That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely is a tad warmer in California than it is in Washington, but Southern California. But not. It's still pretty damn cold.
Hmm
I've never understood people. I don't like the beach.
Yeah.
I don't understand what I like going. So here in Washington, we can actually drive on the beach. The beach is considered a highway. I don't mind driving out there. And, you know, I kind of like there's kind of like a peacefulness that your mind gets anytime you're in a big open space, you know, because supposedly it has to do with your ape brain and knowing, you know, you'd be able to see any predators coming from a long way away. And so that's why it's very relaxing. But with the sand, the water's fucking cold and gross and salty. Get it in your mouth, it tastes fucking terrible. It usually smells awful because there's a dead seal laying somewhere or whale, God forbid. Oh, looks like it's erection time. Why did we cut back to the 1970s camera?
Right.
This is 2026, motherfucker.
Hey, Rob. Yes,
Where's
I can hear you.
4K?
Thank you. Yeah, we're back here on the bow.
For real?
the recovery ship. There are still plenty
This
of
is
people
insane. We've been
carrying out
watching it
into the
in
water
at
from
least
very
high
far
def this
coming
whole
down.
time.
Everyone is seeing on
Yeah.
screen
Why are we suddenly... There we
the
go.
Orion spacecraft integrity in the ocean.
Yeah, I liked
That's slightly better.
I liked the ocean breeze and the sound of it. Like I liked going to sleep to it. That was kind of nice.
I loved living by it. Yes, I agree with that. I lived a couple, like 2 blocks from the ocean, and that was cool because you could hear it when you went to bed and stuff. But
Yeah, but it was kind of one of those things like, oh, you know, I did it. Don't really feel a need to do it again.
it's just it's the sand more than I can't stand the fucking sand.
Some of our wide shots, you can probably see
There's
that
just
there
nothing
are
enjoyable
6
about the beach for me,
boats
and
out in
especially
the
out
water.
here, it's usually windy as hell too. So you're getting sand in your eyes all the
More
time.
than 40 people out in the water right
Mhm.
now on those boats.
We went to Daytona Beach. Me and my brother swam out so far that the lifeguards yelled at us.
Nice. We went to a beach in Oregon when I was probably 10 years old, and I went with my stepmom and her kids and her brother, who was just an asshole. One of those guys that he's always angry for no particular reason.
Mhm.
And so my stepbrother and him were dead set on these inflatable rafts. It's
For
probably
business,
40 mile an hour sustained
is
wind,
to set up
and they're dead set on
and the
filling up these
stabilization
air
tower.
rafts and taking them out into the ocean
Also
with
here it
not
refers to
massive
as
waves, you know,
the
not Hawaii waves, but probably
Basically
5-foot
just
waves, or
making
nothing
sure
you're
that
gonna get over in a
Orion
fucking
stays upright,
air raft.
doesn't sway in the water too much,
And
then it makes it easier
so I remember it was a
for
long ass walk to the
recovery
beach. They
forces
fill these
to
things
get the
up,
astronauts out.
and there was just me at 10 years old, 11 years old, my stepbrother, and this dude, my stepmom's brother, so I guess my step uncle, to carry the raft. And it's I don't know, 16-foot raft or something, air raft. And like I said, sustained 40 mile an hour wind. I was barely hanging on to this thing. Well, eventually the rope snapped because the wind was pulling on it so fucking hard. And he just lost his shit because it went flying down the beach. And I'm sure it was, you know, $400 or $500 raft. But like, what the fuck did you think was gonna happen?
No rush either. You know, I was speaking to
Any self-preservation, brother?
Miserable day altogether because he was just pissed the rest of the day because his raft blew away because we couldn't hold on to it. Like the fucking rope
Alright, go
snapped,
find
bud.
it.
He did too. He chased it for like 2.5 miles. Didn't get it, but he chased it for like 2.5 miles as it fucking tumbled down the beach. Like, you need an act of God, buddy. And even then, how are you gonna drag it back when 3 of us couldn't hold it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we have erection. We have erection.
You have something.
And as there are mission audio loops in mission control in Houston, there is a mission audio loop here.
Come on, let's see an astronaut.
And it was just reported out that the side hatch is open.
They just close it and push it away.
The side hatch of integrity is open. You're getting these beautiful shots from our aerial
Yes, these are beautiful.
Yeah, very
The ship itself, where
crystal clear. Crystal clear. I mean, we could read their watches if we wanted to.
Yeah.
Beautiful shots.
people on the boat here.
I just saw
There we go.
that one of the guys got a text on his phone.
Just 3,000
His wife's cheating on him.
Great
Ouch.
from the bow here.
It happens, man.
Right at splashdown too. Couldn't even wait for the erection. Uh-oh, they're going in. Why is that?
The Navy personnel
We're going in. We're going in.
They confirmed that everybody was
They're trying
green,
to make the
but
erection. They have to stand on the porch for a couple of minutes to get used to being on Earth again.
So it'll be a little bit
They can't just come out of the boat or come out of the ship into the boat
the goal is to
for whatever reason.
have
I don't know.
recovery personnel.
they went in there for some reason though, and that's not typical. And you could see they didn't at first, so they went in because something was up. Maybe they're just like you're saying, like maybe they are just having trouble with gravity, and especially floating with gravity. Like, it's already hard enough trying to float.
I bet that woman's just throwing up everywhere.
Yeah,
They
that's
tend to
probably
do
what it
that.
is, yeah. No, I don't want to get out. I'll get out when I'm ready.
Boats getting closer now. Again, that one that's right up against Orion, those are the divers that will go in
Holy diver.
to check on each of the astronauts. These other boats will begin doing a number of things, putting on that...
They're going to do a number of things.
...power onto Orion, building that front porch.
Going to get that front porch erected.
They're streaming to their OnlyFans right now.
Retrieve the parachutes, as well as tow Orion back to the well deck of the recovery ship here.
So, still not an astronaut out. We have erection.
We're attempting an erection.
Bright yellow erection. We still don't have a single astronaut that has shown their face yet. And it seems that some of the recovery crew has actually gone into the capsule for some reason. So, there may be an issue, or...
get their assessment of the crew inside of Orion.
Or maybe they've just decided it's easier to go into the capsule to do whatever it is they need to do.
Here in Mission Control, Flight Director Rick Henfling and the entry team of flight controllers still on duty. The vehicle has been powered down for some time now. There are no
I'm curious why there's so many people on each of those boats. Like, you do actually have to have room on the boat to bring them on, yet every single one of those boats is like filled to capacity.
They're supposed to go on a helicopter.
Did we need this many boats?
Standing by for the erection of inflatable.
Yes, finally the erection.
The front porch alongside of the vehicle that will enable the crew to be extracted one by one onto the raft, have a moment or two to get their land legs back before they're hoisted into two hovering Navy helicopters, 2 crew members for each helicopter, for a short flight back to the deck of the USS John P. Murtha.
Yeah, so if you didn't hear that, they're gonna... First we have to have the erection, then they'll get out, then they'll put them in the helicopter, and they're gonna fly them over to the boat to have medical evaluations. Although they say everyone is good, so...
They said that early on. Have they confirmed that since?
From the vehicle's launch from the Kennedy Space Center,
yeah.
atop the Space Launch System back on
okay.
April.
I only heard that like right after splashdown. But I haven't heard it since. But I'll take your word for it. I'm curious how far away they are from the coast right now.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. That's why I was like, why don't they have a map up that shows?
The recovery ship USS John P. Murtha was positioned 50 miles from San Diego. Multiple sources describe the site as about 70 miles offshore. A couple sources have given broader estimates 200 to 300 miles, but most are showing that 50 to 70 mile range.
International waters.
Pretty far. Yeah, it's pretty far out there. Well, that's within, if it's within 200, it's within national waters, isn't it? Or no, it's, it's only 12 miles is national waters.
Don't make me question myself on my live stream.
I just confused myself, so what is the... For territory...
Should be having an erection soon.
We already had the erection. Nothing happened.
Where do you see it? I don't.
I was way off.
They've been preparing for the erection for like 10 minutes now. And I don't know what they're doing now because there's not even any boats. I don't know.
It's only 12 nautical miles. 12 nautical miles, so they're well into international water.
Yeah, see, that's what I said. You just listen to me.
On December 19th, 1972.
Up to 200 miles. Okay, so I was thinking of a real number. It's up to 200 miles for resources, but only 12 for navigable limits. So we can't stop anybody from going within 200, but we can claim resources within 200.
That took them out of Earth orbit following 24 hours of a high Earth.
Is that a net?
Kind of looks like it.
We're gonna get some salmon out there? I mean, shit, are you just gonna live in the capsule? Yeah, while we're here. The tuna's coming through right now. We gotta get some.
They would commit to flying to the moon.
What do you mean, sir? I went in that capsule and it smelled like tuna in there.
It looks like one of those big ass markers. Huh.
Oh, they have to tow it back to the thing. That might be what they're doing.
Huh?
But you see
Yeah.
on the left side
They'll have to
there,
come out
under
of
the
the capsule.
balloons, that's where the erection's supposed to come out of.
Yeah, although
We haven't had it yet.
we don't know if something send some people in, but they still haven't come out. Normally they wait a certain amount of time. They've said everybody. Sorry. Family's asking whether they made it.
Did Carter see it?
I don't know. I haven't seen him yet.
Oh, okay.
Wow. Absolutely thrilling, guys. This is just stunning.
Mm-hmm.
Well, uh-huh. 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 Swallow well is trending.
They've been floating around now for, I think, about 30 minutes, maybe longer.
Yeah, we should be at the point that they've come out yet. For whatever reason. For whatever reason. Still hasn't happened.
No erection.
World's most powerful reset is trending. Any idea what that's about?
Yeah. Trump said that.
Oh,
With the,
okay.
Side hatch of Orion having been opened to set the stage for the erection of the inflatable life raft, known as the front porch, to be erected alongside the spacecraft for the extraction of the crew. Let's play for you an interview that my colleague Megan Cruz.
Can we not play this interview? Can we just, like, do the erection?
Let's take a look at the orgy happening now inside the capsule.
Okay, Davey, so you and some of your team, one last look over of the stabilization collar, correct? Okay, so what is this stabilization collar?
This is what's going to stabilize the capsule out there in the ocean. We don't know how good the weather or the waves will be that day, so this will help prevent any unnecessary occurrences from happening, stabilizing the capsule and the astronauts inside.
So basically this is a float that will go around Orion. I'm assuming that what they're doing right now, these are the lines that will attach the collar onto Orion?
That is correct.
And so what are they doing here?
So we've got the lower line that will secure the inflation device before we inflate it. That gives us the go-ahead that it's secure in its space, and then we'll inflate it. And then once that is done, we'll undo all the carabiners and get this orange line on top tied in the same fashion. And then this will be secured to the capsule, and the astronauts safely take their first steps out of the capsule onto the front porch.
Okay, and how long will it take them to set up the stabilization collar?
We should definitely be able to handle this in under 10 minutes.
Okay, wow. And then you just mentioned the
Yeah, so much for that.
collar, then they set up what's called the front front porch here.
That's correct.
Okay, and what's the front porch?
Front porch is basically a bigger waiting room for the astronauts to sit in.
This is what the front porch is supposed to look like fully erected.
Okay. So
There
instead of
is
being
a
that way
fully
inside
erected
with
front
the
porch.
crew, they're going to help them out and onto the front porch.
That is correct.
And then what happens here?
They really lost the opportunity to call it the front deck.
The
Right?
porch that will give them lookovers and just make sure they're okay while we wait for the helicopters to show up.
Okay. How does it feel? I mean, your team, you, to be part of a mission that's returning astronauts from the moon in more than 50 years?
We all feel extremely honored to be a part of this, as well as a bigger mission for the Navy and joining up with NASA to do great things.
And do you feel like you and your team are ready?
Yes, very ready.
Cool. All right. Thank you so much.
Yep.
All right, cool.
Once again, the recovery operations are continuing out in the Pacific. We shortly should see that life raft, the front porch, erected alongside the side hatch of the vehicle.
Much clapping. I don't know what that's for.
Do we have somebody?
I can see people through the hatch.
A number of flight controllers have come into the flight control room to receive congratulations from entry flight director Rick Henfling. But we're going to stick with our operations out in the Pacific as we await the extraction of the 4 crew members who are reported to be in excellent condition. Again, while we stand by for that front porch to be erected alongside of the side hatch of the vehicle, let's go back to the USS John P. Murtha.
Yeah, let's do that.
Cruise. Megan?
We're very interested in the crew of the USS boat we've never heard of. John P. Murtha, as I said.
Pausing now to listen to some
silence.
Some internal audio loops. Again, the operations team here on the ship communicating with everyone out on the water. It seems like currents are hindering them a little bit from unfurling and inflating.
Is that right?
Stabilization
That is correct.
as well as the front porch.
So we have erection, but we're still waiting for them to erect the front deck.
To get the crew out within 2 hours of splashdown.
And we've still yet to see a single live astronaut.
No concerns, just
Unless that's him right there, but I believe that's one of the crew from the boats that crawled into the capsule earlier.
Just a tad.
Oh, we're gonna tow the capsule?
You can see in some of our shots that side hatch still open. Again, inside there are now 8 people inside.
Well, that's a big orgy going on in there now.
4 divers, Navy divers.
Holy diver.
Why exactly do we need professional divers for this, by the way? Nobody is going below the waterline.
Making sure that they're comfortable, feeling good.
Like, I understand why we'd have a diver on one of those boats. Why does everybody need to be a certified diver?
You know, they expect a little bit of
Because why not?
discomfort. Again, these astronauts just
Because it's government and they got to spend the
Earth at
money.
25,000 miles an hour, a nearly 695,000 mile journey around the moon. If you think you get carsick.
I don't.
Wow.
Man.
There is a whole gang of tankers headed for the United States right now to fill up on oil.
Out there. Lots of gear.
Congratulations.
Actually doing us some good for once.
As we said, the crew reported
Not for once.
feeling great. But again,
Right, looks like we're getting ready for the erection.
NASA is all about making sure we think about every
Maybe.
The erection has happened. We are waiting on extraction
wanted to be ready in case any of our
and
astronauts needed
construction of the front deck.
while out there in the water.
Deck. God, get your facts straight.
Teams again
Tell me what to do.
trying to set up
Any time now,
the
guys.
rotation collar and front
I could have
porch
done all the other stories we had.
for the crew to get out of Orion. They need both, right? The stabilization collar will keep Orion from swaying as you see it is doing now.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, those balloons on top seem to be making a big difference.
And then they will connect to the...
Did you not watch the video before? The stabilization collar goes under
Take 2 steps.
the
Where-
spacecraft in
where
order
is
to keep
it?
it stable in the way you can't see it. It's under it.
Ah.
This guy never listens, and I have to fill in everything.
That's why you're
He
here.
always tells me to keep my facts straight. Doesn't even know the main facts of the case. Been
Your
watching
Honor, I
this now
submit that
for
this
an
lawyer
hour and
doesn't know what the
37
fuck he's
minutes.
talking about.
Small chatter on the mission audio loops. That's a good thing.
Mm-hmm. That means they duct tape the woman's mouth.
Pretty nominally. Even if they're fighting...
We have
on
successfully
terms
duct
out
taped the
there
female's
in the
mouth.
Pacific Ocean.
Former Eric Swalwell staffer claims that
Again, the
he
goal,
raped her.
setting up the stabilization collar,
4 others,
support,
women have described sexual
so that
misconduct
crew
by him.
can
That is
run
why Swalwell
comfortably
is
in
trending.
the front porch,
Well,
Nice.
get placed into harnesses so that 2 helicopters can lift them off the front porch and onto the USS John
That's
Murray.
hilarious.
The helicopters are going to take turns picking up an
Mhm.
astronaut. So again, Helo 1 and Helo 2.
You're gonna take turns on her.
Okay. And the recovery team here on the ship just got a report from the undersea medical officer who is inside the capsule with the crew.
That's the guy that went in
He's
there.
reporting all 4 members.
4
are
people went in
breathing.
there.
All of our 4 astronauts, Reed, Victor, Christina.
No,
What is
one
it?
guy went in there to the 4
They're
astronauts.
feeling great. Not the
They
complete
said there were
opposite.
8 people in the damn
They're
capsule.
feeling great, happy to be
Well, that
home
doesn't add up.
and ready to be
What is an
extracted
undersea
as soon as
medical
possible.
advisor?
One that can go and do medical advisory under the sea.
But they're above the
As I was
sea.
saying, we have 2 helicopters.
But he can do medical advisory under the sea. He has that certification.
sea.
Each will take turns picking up an astronaut.
See the stabilization collar now?
Come on in. Hover above
Yes,
the
I see the
front porch,
stabilization
while
collar now. That was clearly what they were laying out from one of the boats. Although you would think it would be inflated.
a Navy recovery
It doesn't even look like
Don't
it's
worry about it.
attached all the way around.
into the front porch.
And I see there's 4 divers hanging on to it for fun, too.
Connect to the first
Mhm.
astronaut, which
They do that.
we're expecting to be Christina.
They're still trying to get it connected.
And then Helo 2 comes around, picks up Jeremy, while Helo 1
And I see someone threw a plastic bottle in the
stays
ocean.
above head,
Rude.
and then
This
Some
guy.
turtle is
back
gonna
in for
choke to
another
death on
astronaut,
that.
and then Helo 2 for the last astronaut,
Because turtles are stupid.
and then back to the flight deck here.
Matter of fact, I think we need a reminder of that.
Mhm.
I was talking to
If turtles weren't so stupid, they wouldn't put straws in their noses. When I see a straw, I put it in my mouth. Straws don't belong there, but the turtles don't know why.
They get
So
stuck there because they have
maybe
cocaine
they
addictions.
all deserve to die.
That is my favorite 80s ballad, by far.
Mhm.
beautiful shots from our aerial and infantry
Beautiful.
teams.
Couldn't have AI make it better.
Clouds have dissipated for a clear view from the bow of the
I saw this post the other day, and
About
it said
turtles being
teaching
stupid?
girls how not to get raped has never stopped rape. Teaching boys that they're not entitled to women's bodies might.
It's like they think men approve of men that rape.
Mm-hmm.
Or that
So I
we
just said,
ever teach women
we
that it's
should
okay to rape.
never teach someone to put out a fire, just not how to set them.
Exactly.
And
Why didn't we
then
think of that, dude?
a woman says,
You're a fucking
"This is the
genius."
stupidest analogy I've ever heard when it comes to this. I would love to hear how they correlate."
If you can't figure out how they correlate, I'm not sure that there are words dumb enough to explain it to you.
And then they'll further secure it with other harnesses and lines.
I just saw that comment back too. I was like, it was like 10 hours ago. It's like, damn it, should have caught that one live.
I pissed off so many Euros yesterday. I've had my notifications blowing up for 24 hours now of Europeans. You know, the big, bad, tough Europeans cussing me out and then blocking replies.
Mm-hmm.
So it sounds like, according to World's Most Powerful Reset, tweeted by Donald Trump, as you said, it sounds like negotiations have fallen through.
I think he said that before their meeting.
Let's see. No, April 10th, 4:31 p.m. That was that was between 2
April
and 6 hours ago, depending on whether that's East Coast or West Coast time.
The undersea medical officer inside
Or 2 and 5 hours ago, whatever.
crew in Orion reporting all 4 crew members feeling great.
All 4 crew members are feeling great, but we've yet
that's
to
boring.
see physical confirmation.
Well, clearly they're trying.
Has not come.
Clearly, they're trying to construct some Tesla bots inside to pass off that they're fine, because obviously nobody's gone to the moon, right? This is all bullshit. And so what these divers are doing with this skirt right now is they're trying to hide the astronauts coming up underneath the craft from just outside a frame to get inside. Because obviously there was nobody inside of that craft. It was just, you know, an empty thing that we shot up on a rocket and fell back down to Earth and videotaped and said, "Look, there's astronauts in here." Nobody's been to the moon. That's fucking stupid.
More than 40 people out in the water right now.
Obviously.
And those
Obviously.
Navy and NASA personnel have been in the water for now about 4 hours.
Oh, Jesus.
The reason why they had to get out so early is just to stage everything. And actually here on the ship,
Hey, there's our erected front porch.
you can't have anything else, right? Just because a flight deck can be a dangerous
Okay,
place. On
well, good news. If they're moving in the front deck, then they might actually step out of the craft here soon.
the boats in the water.
Mm-hmm. And don't forget, flight decks can be dangerous. That was the wisdom that was imparted to us.
Yes.
And then the same crew here out in the water, they will stay out in the water for a number
Donald
of
Trump has said, congratulations to the great and very talented crew of Artemis II. The entire trip was spectacular, the landing was perfect, and as President of the United States, I could not be more proud. I look forward to seeing you all at the White House soon. We'll be doing it again, and then, next step, Mars. President Donald J. Trump.
Hell yeah. So bright.
He also announced the Ark that he's been planning on building there in Washington, D.C.
Yeah, I saw that.
Again, so it's not so.
He's nominated Matthew Schwartz to serve as judge on the United States Court of Appeals for the Second Circuit in New York. Nice.
So it doesn't sway so much in the water there.
My administration stands ready to use the full economic might of the United States to strengthen Hungary's economy, as we have done for our great allies in the past. If Prime Minister Viktor Orban and the Hungarian people ever need it, we are excited to invest in the future prosperity
you can see a much larger surface area. And so once the crew
I was trying to see if there was anything else regarding Great Reset,
can stretch the
but
legs a little bit on this front porch, get some fresh air.
the Iranians don't seem to realize they have no cards other than a short-term extortion of the world by using international waterways. The only reason they are alive today is to negotiate.
Mm-hmm.
The Iranians are better at handling the fake news media and public relations than they are fighting.
It appears teams now are about to connect the front porch to the stabilization collar.
So right after he said the world's most powerful reset, he said Plantier Technologies has proven to have great warfighting capabilities and equipment. Just ask our enemies. And then he posted the thing about Iranians handling fake news and having no cards. So it would seem that maybe negotiations have fallen through. Maybe. What the hell is that? Scott
There's
Wiener.
our front porch. Well, I'm pretty sure that lady just said once they get out, they have to be out there for a couple of hours.
Couple of minutes.
Oh.
And then they're gonna airlift them to the ship. That's what they said earlier, anyway.
Of course, it is very important for our recovery teams leading the mission.
Are they leaving the ship? It's hard to tell because we're watching this on a potato.
Again, listening to their communication.
And everybody knows a radish is a far better fruit to watch spaceship recovery on.
Yes, totally.
That means things are going pretty nominally, meaning as expected.
Never mind that a potato and a radish are both vegetables.
Mm-hmm. I wasn't going to correct you, but...
Thank you. As a good host should.
I guess.
You just pretend.
We used to have a
radish and
host that liked to correct
potatoes.
people all the time, and he's not around anymore.
Bummer. I haven't heard from him in a while, unfortunately.
Again, all this activity happening just 3,000 yards.
We should have AI remake the Gary song and just change the name to Allan.
What's the Gary song?
Gary, come home.
2-3 minutes. And then
SpongeBob.
on the ship.
Hang on.
Okay. Saw a thumbs up.
Right, I believe they are ready to be exiting.
Oh, are we finally gonna
onto
get
the front
somebody?
porch.
They are now getting ready.
Gary,
We got a thumbs up.
I was wrong. I messed up, and now you're gone.
The Air Rescue Vest, ARV. And so this is the harness.
Gary, I'm sorry I neglected you. Oh, I never expected you to run away and leave me.
Fuck that. Oh god. The woman must be coming first. Look, they're taking all the luggage out. Alright, are we gonna let an astronaut step out or what? I mean, for fuck's sakes, they haven't been on Earth for 10 days. Maybe
9
it's
days
just
and
me,
an
but
hour and a
wouldn't it
half.
be easier to just land on Earth?
Mm-hmm. That would be easier. Unfortunately,
you're
this was run by
dead.
the government.
If the chutes don't open, you're dead anyway. So I'm not sure
Mhm.
why the water is necessary. I guess the heat, but we could land in the middle of the desert. Nothing's going to catch on fire. Or a salt
Yeah,
flat.
that impact just, you know. Yeah,
Although I guess
why-
5,000 degrees, the salt might melt for them.
I don't know how big their miscalculations can be. Because if you can easily be off by like 100 miles when you're landing on land,
That's true.
you
Although
could,
there are plenty of, wide open spaces.
This is Mission Control Houston. Behind me, a fairly raucous scene as hundreds of flight controllers have poured into the flight control room here. This is reminiscent of
What the hell was that? Did you see that?
Of STS-135.
It looked like Nessie just popped up next to the. Oh, there's a diver right there.
With the textbook splashdown of integrity.
I don't know if he just disconnected his air or what, but it looked like Nessie just popped up next to the front deck there.
Spacecraft. Entry Flight Director Rick Henfling invited all of these flight controllers who have contributed.
Still waiting. Good Lord, guys.
To have an opportunity to receive well wishes.
There's just a diver that's floating off to sea right now, like, hello.
That exists in the a textbook mission for integrity on the front screen here in Mission Control.
oh, we're just getting this in. The woman said she's not ready yet.
Ah, okay. Still doing her hair.
And returning safely to Earth. So all of that,
The whole world's watching. I can't go out there looking like this. I haven't showered in 10 days.
9 days and an hour and a half.
Sorry.
For the trip back to the USS John P. Murtha.
Could be 10 days. You never know with these women. Sometimes they shower 3 times a day and then they just like go 2 days without showering. They're like, yeah, I'm doing it for my skincare routine. I don't know. They put a stabilization ring on it. It does not look like it stabilized it very much, but I'm no rocket scientist. Not exactly sure how the stabilization ring works anyways. I guess I love being flash banged.
Once again, here in Mission Control, this view of the Artemis Flight Control Room, known as the White Flight Control Room. This is the old shuttle.
Yes, this is the White Flight. He really called it that. This is the White Flight Control Room.
Quite a few flight controllers.
I can't believe that got past them.
I mean, to be fair, that is pretty white control room.
Yes, but the White Flight.
That splashdown occurring an hour and 22 minutes ago.
These white people wanted to get away from black people so much they went to the moon.
And ultimately they're hoisting onto Navy helicopters.
Oh, wow. So I didn't know that while there is a ceasefire with Iran right now, San Francisco actually tried to host a 24-hour ceasefire, and it failed after an hour.
I had an opportunity to talk
Nice.
to the head of Flight Dynamics, Jeff Birch, a moment or two ago. He said the trajectory of integrity coming through the Earth's atmosphere was so precise, they've never seen anything line up on a ground track like today's entry by integrity for its splashdown southwest of San Diego.
Still waiting, viewing through the camera that has just been brought back from the 1970s. Hey, we finally have one off. Couldn't tell you if it's a man or woman because this is the lowest resolution seen on a streaming service or television since 1942. See, there's Nessie again. That guy's just doing laps because he's so bored.
Install any kind of video camera on the front porch or
capsule itself.
Not a single one of those people
have a
brought
cell phone,
a camera, or on one of the boats. No, we have to use the helicopter, guys.
You're telling me nobody on that boat right now has an iPhone that they couldn't live stream this with?
It'd probably be better.
For fuck's sakes, if they would have asked one of us, I'd have gone out there and live streamed it.
Exactly.
And one of my cameras is broken. I don't know if you can see, I got it covered up because it's broken. It still could film better video than this.
We now have 2 crew members out.
2 of them. We got 2 hanging out. First we got the erection, then we had 2 come out.
Two crew members out, 2 to go.
Two out, 2 to go. That's how numbers work.
That is how numbers work, and we just have to take their word for it because there's literally no way to confirm with this footage.
Sunset out in the Pacific, everything continues to go well.
We had perfect 4K crystal ultra HD
while they were, sorry, go ahead.
For an hour, and then now we just get this.
Yeah, all of a sudden it's dropped. We literally had 4K while they were on the dark side of the fucking moon. But now 50 miles off the coast to San Diego, we can't get 1080. Insane.
This is a little better.
Hey, we can actually see
one of them. Oh, I can see the 2 sitting down
2,
over there.
Probably
we
3.
Have 3 now.
Are they drying them off? What are they doing?
I don't know, man. I'm not there.
Is he giving him a blowjob?
Yes, it's standard procedure.
I mean, fair.
I think they may be putting the harness on so they can go up on the helicopter.
I think after blasting off on a rocket, you have a right to have your rocket blasted the moment you get back to Earth.
Integrity spanned 694,000 miles during its journey from launch to splashdown.
Wow.
694,000 miles. Still not as many miles as a Cummins engine can have on it before it breaks.
This is kind of cool. I wonder if this is real.
Might be.
At Drama Alert posted this video of what re-entry looks like from inside the capsule. And I'm assuming this would be an old capsule. But I'm not sure if this is real or not.
And we now have...
Looks like it. Sounds like it.
All 4 crew members now out of integrity.
All 4 crew members are out of the spacecraft.
I'm going to put this up on screen for my viewers. If you want me to put it up for you, let me know. Whoa, it's like very loud. They've done it, guys. They are out. We have officially recovered the crew from Artemis. This is allegedly, for those watching, video of re-entry from a previous, back in the 70s probably. But this is apparently what it looks like from inside the capsule, and my God, is that terrifying. Especially those noises.
All right, guys, we did it.
Yikes. All those noises are literally just like the flames changing direction. It's so weird because it looks like you're falling through nothing. God, it sounds like you're popping like popcorn. I'm guessing every time that flame jumps to the capsule, you're risking the capsule burning up. Wow. Crazy. Well, anyway, that was exciting, you know, for like 5 seconds at a time, and then followed by a ton of pouring.
Mm-hmm.
What do you guys think?
NASA could have done a lot better job with this live stream.
Yeah, that's an understatement for sure. Not that it should be that surprising that NASA didn't do a great job, but do you remember what that website was that they had for the capsule?
No idea.
Yeah, I don't remember either. I was going to look it up real quick just to see what it showed, but I forget what it was. So, can I play my stupid liberal now?
Yeah, you can. I need to take a break soon, though.
Take a break.
So, if you wanted to play that for the stream or...
Yeah, here, let me play this real
wait
quick.
till I get back or...
Take a break. I'll take one with you.
It's only
a
I didn't think it would take that long. We've been on for 2 hours now. So, but thanks to everyone who came to watch.
Yeah, absolutely.
The re-entry. That was awesome.
So now back to Earth problems.
I don't know why you guys are so worried about Iran having a nuclear weapon. Because nuclear weapons don't kill people. People kill people, right? Right?
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, right.
That's why we're worried about a certain people.
It's not the nuclear
owning
weapon that's
nuclear
going to do
weapons.
damage. It's the person. Okay. Well, then why? Who cares? Let them have one.
Because they're people that would use it, you dumbass.
That's the problem. Yes. Remember?
Yes.
Hello? The hypocrisy is hypocrisying. It's not the nuclear weapon
The
that's going to do
idiot
any
is
damage. It's the
She's
person.
so close to
we
getting
shouldn't have
the
to worry
point.
about taking that away from them or preventing them from having one, right? Right?
You're so close.
Don't you remember? You
Artemis
guys
II
said
got
that.
closer
You
to
said
the moon
it.
than she got to the
No,
point.
you said it. Remember? Come on.
Don't you
Who cares
remember?
if they have one? It's the person, not the weapon. Criminals are
Yes,
going to
and
do what criminals
the
are going to
person
do.
is crazy.
Remember?
That's the
You
problem.
said it. You said it.
That's why it's okay that we
You
have
said
one.
It. You said it. It was you. Yeah, go get another birthday cake from Walmart.
It's okay that we have one because, as you've seen, for 80 years we haven't used it.
Mm-hmm.
It's not okay that they have one because the person, and actually people, but person, is fucking psychotic. And they would blow up, or excuse me, they would launch the nuke immediately, even if it meant their instantaneous death in doing so. As long as it meant it hit Israel or the United States.
Mm-hmm.
That's the problem. All right, let's take a quick break. And when we come back, more bullshit. Alright guys, we're gonna get going here in just a second. Austin is not quite back yet, but that's alright. We're not gonna wait around for him forever. Alright. Just a few more seconds here, guys. Trying to give Austin just another minute here to catch up. All right. We can't wait any longer. We're back. So we just finished watching the splashdown of Artemis II, which was successful. It took them quite a while to actually get out of the capsule. Of course, that is to be expected. There is a protocol that has to go through. It seems like things took a little longer than expected, but it's also been, we learned, almost 51 years to the day since the last time a crew was taken out of a capsule like that. So, you know, a few little technical difficulties here and there are to be expected, but everybody was okay. Everybody was healthy. The re-entry went textbook, and they should be flying back to the ship now. So, I was wondering where that noise was coming from. Hopefully it's a little better. I try not to leave the fan on high. It's a rather hot day at Washington here today, so I have to have the AC running, but I try not to leave it on high when I'm recording. Anyway, we're going to talk about a few things here. Austin hasn't been able to make it the last few days, so I've got some things to run by him, kind of get his perspective on it. And I also want to hit him with a couple questions. I want to talk about sports teams, vacations, theme parks, kind of all that stuff in general. And but especially sports, because it occurred to me, and this is something I've always kind of known, but I've never really thought of or put into context regarding sports. I don't want to get too much into it until Austin gets back here. He needed a quick break, and so we took a quick break, and now it's, you know, running into a long break, but that's okay. We've been going for 2 hours now, so if you're just joining us, thanks for tuning in. If you were looking for the Artemis, sorry you missed it by like 2 hours, but we have plenty of other stuff to go on about, so there he is.
Yep, that's me.
I brought us back a little soon just because I didn't want everybody waiting too long, but don't worry, I kept him entertained for you.
Great.
I don't know if your side could even hear me, but so
let's see.
Rather than a specific news story or video, which I do have plenty of, but I actually want to ask you a question and get your opinion on this. Or have a discussion, rather. Yes, you are in big trouble, mister. No,
He found out, guys.
Found out what now?
Uh-oh.
Nothing.
What's the question?
So, are you familiar with the way that the Roman Empire like the whole point or the whole purpose in the Roman Empire of the Colosseum and what I forget what they're called. The name is escaping me, but the fights that they had there, the Roman battles, whatever they're called.
Mm-hmm.
What are they called?
Yes. Battles.
I'm gonna have to look it up. It's right on the tip of my tongue too. Okay, so you are familiar with why the Colosseum exists, why they held these events?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the Roman Colosseum, one of the most iconic monuments in ancient Rome, largest standing amphitheater ever built in the Roman Empire. Construction began between 70 and 72 CE under Emperor Vespasian, the Flavian dynasty. It was funded in part by plunder from the Roman sack in Jerusalem in 70 CE and built largely by enslaved Jewish workers from Judea. The structure was dedicated in 80 CE by Vespasian's son Titus with 100 days of spectacular games. Titus' brothers Domitian later added a fourth story to the underground hypergum, a complex of tunnels and chambers. The site was deliberately chosen on land previously occupied by artificial lake, yada yada. It remained gladiator, whatever. Gladiatorial contests, animal hunts, public executions, mythological reenactments, and even occasional mock naval battles. Though full-scale ones were likely held elsewhere due to flooding limitations until the early 6th century CE. All right. Gladiators was the word I was looking for, but so of course prisoners would be made to fight and all of these things for the entertainment of the Romans. And see, Rome built these, so Rome obviously massive empire that conquered a lot of places outside of Rome. And they built these all over the place. Like, the main Colosseum in Rome is not the only one. There are actually many of them, or there were. I don't know how many still stand. Almost like there are many things today that look exactly like this. And the reason they built these was to keep the people happy. It was literally to give the people something to do rather than rebel against the government. Do you know when major sports began in the United States?
Early 1900s.
The Progressive Era. That's when they started introducing basketball and baseball and such to schools. Obviously, kids played these things before that, but when we started introducing sports curriculums to schools and professional sports started coming on the scene was during the Progressive Era.
The Industrial Revolution.
Yeah, and look, I love baseball. I love that it's part of American history. I love, as far as playing, I prefer to play basketball, and I love that as well. I played basketball in high school, or up to high school anyway. And I enjoy going to a game every now and then and stuff. I don't go too often. I used to love watching football, but I refuse to give the NFL a moment of my time anymore, let alone dollars. But I think that they are a detriment to our society. And I don't think it's just sports, but I think that the idea behind introducing them to this society was directly derived from Rome. You agree with that statement? What do you think about that?
I mean, it's kind of the whole bread and circuses thing. Keep them fed and keep them entertained, and you can distract them from anything.
Exactly.
But I mean, to say it's a detriment, I don't know. I think I can quibble there.
So I'll explain why here in a second, why I believe it's a detriment. But I think it's a detriment to the society. And what I'm saying is I believe it was introduced for nefarious purposes. I believe the purpose was to prevent America, or not necessarily to prevent, but to slowly skew American men to being less whatever. We could argue that it's specific things, less aggressive or less bonded or more divided, whatever. There's all sorts of things that we could argue, but the reason I don't believe it's just sports either. I think that extended vacations, cruises, anything that is just pure leisure, essentially. And we'll get to, with sports, there are some things that you get out of it, and I don't disagree with that. But things that are pure leisure, especially, I think that those are designed to prevent men from doing what men always have done, which is, if you're not spending your time following football stats and watching every game and playing fantasy football and making stupid bets and wearing another guy's name on your back, you're probably going to invest that time in your society. You're going to invest it in, the Lions Club or the Knights of Columbus or, whatever modern thing now, or building a business or something that is actually contributing to society. And I think this is one of the biggest differences between the United States and Europe, and one of the things that led to us being so successful, and one of the things that is holding us back currently. The rise of sports, but then also, I mentioned vacation specifically too, because Europeans often brag about, you guys only get 2 weeks a year. That's absurd. We get 90 days or whatever a vacation a year here. Yeah, but... And I'm not saying leisure is not important, okay? I fully agree that you're going to have a more productive employee the less you're constantly riding them. But I think that there's more than one way that comes in. And one of the things that Americans have always prided ourselves on is that we invest our energy into bettering our society for the next generation, not in having everything we want right now. And that's why every successive generation has had it easier and easier and easier, because we continue to do that. And while I might only have, 90% of what I want today by investing the rest in tomorrow, my son will have 110% of what I have today, which might only be 90% of what he wants, but it's still more than I had today, while he's doing the same thing, investing in the generation after that. So I think that it distracts and it takes away from men doing productive things, I guess, to boil it down to a simple sentence.
Mm-hmm.
I think it makes us weak.
Yeah.
And I think that sports especially are just a waste of time. We could probably argue on whether or not there's some benefit to keeping sports as far as, in elementary and high school and stuff. I don't see much of a problem with that. I do think that there are constructive things that come out of, working together as a team and the competition and all of that. But I think that in general, once you go beyond high school, there's a small argument to be made that there is some sort of advantage to the best of the best getting together and competing. But what would those guys be doing if they weren't wasting their time throwing the ball back and forth? What would the millions of men be spending their time doing if they weren't wasting their time watching those men throw a ball back and forth? Spending time with your family, spending time with God, building something, and really most likely building something. And it stuck out to me because I was watching something on the History or Smithsonian channel the other day when I was going to bed. And they were talking about something I didn't know, which was that gladiators were super celebrities of their time.
Mm-hmm.
And so I knew that, the point of the Colosseums were to keep the population happy. I knew that they were, something that was unique to Rome and that the Roman people really loved. I didn't realize that everything kind of tracked identically to today like that. I didn't realize that gladiators were superstars and basically the most famous people in Rome as far as the people were concerned, more so than the politicians. What if the millions... let me get a specific number rather than just saying millions. How many people watch at least one NFL game a season?
Asking the big questions.
100 to 150 million people watch at least one NFL game a season. 18.7 million people watch an average game. What if those 18.7 million people spent that 2 hours watching Congress? Or better yet, going to their state house and lobbying their representatives. And I don't mean lobbying as in the corporate sense. I mean lobbying as in going and making sure your representative's doing the fucking job you sent them there to do. This kind of conversation, it makes a lot of people uncomfortable because it's calling them out directly. But I think we need to have a serious... We see what's going on with Europe. We see what's going on within our own country. We see what's going on in so many of these places around the globe, especially first world nations right now. And you see where, these hungry men from third world nations are willing to do away with all of this leisure bullshit to take what you have. And you are so wrapped up in watching a fucking football game, I know I'm boiling it down there, but just making the point, that you won't even defend what you have. I think that we need to have a serious reckoning with the fact that we can't actually have all these things. It'd be one thing if there was one football game a year. That would be one thing, right? The Super Bowl. That's the only game that happens every year. But that's not it. Literally every night of the week, there is some sort of major sport play. There are millions of men that are just sitting in front of the TV watching it. Let alone, the billion other distractions, right? And I'm not... Just because I don't watch sports, I'm not discounting myself from this. I waste my time on fucking X far too much, right? But I think that one of the things I think I'm going to try and invest some of my time in for this show is trying to figure out ways, because the next question immediately is, okay, well then what should I do instead? I don't know. But I think I'm going to spend some time trying to figure that out and try and give some solutions to that. Because it seems to me that the pattern is, we all recognize that the pattern is, what is it? Good times create weak men create bad times create strong men create good times, right?
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't have to be that way. If we can recognize the pattern, we can stop the pattern, or change the pattern, or fix the pattern, however you want to put it. And I think that it comes down to recognizing that the more comfortable we get, the less we are investing in the future, the more problems we bring on ourselves until we have no choice but to deal with it again. I mean, it's kind of human nature. I don't know. What do you think? You think there's that I'm being a little too dismissive and there's more use to sports than that?
Yeah, I would say overall, if you actually look at it, being the watcher, the viewer,
Oof.
I would say, is there's not much benefit to that.
Okay.
But being the athlete, I think there is a lot of benefit in that.
How so? What is the benefit?
Well, you're physically fit, you're making a lot of money.
Okay,
you're excelling in something. You're showing off the full potential of the human body to do this thing.
True.
It's kind of cool.
But see, Olympians do that too, and they only have to do it every 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that would be a much better goal to strive for. Is these people that are I don't have a problem with people specializing in something that is ultimately fairly useless like that. But that's the thing, is we make them these massive celebrities, and what are they accomplishing for America? Nothing. I mean, really nothing. Entertainment, that's it. But we can get equal entertainment from any number of things. And I mean, fuck, I could watch a bum fight outside and be more excited than watching a football game of two teams I don't care about. I don't know. I appreciate the skill and the dedication involved of the players. I appreciate I appreciate the effort put into it, but at the end of the day, it's effort being put into throwing a ball back and forth a little bit faster. I don't see that as benefiting the country at all. I see that as a waste of time.
Yeah.
Maybe I just hate sports. And see, part of me hates saying that, because I do, like, I love the history of baseball, and funny enough, I don't like playing baseball, and it's kind of boring to watch. I love going, if I can go to the field, I love going. I don't really watch it on TV. But I love the American connection. I love that it's a uniquely American sport. I love that it's just part of the fabric of this country. But I mean, I could kind of be just as entertained watching kids play baseball as I could major leaguers playing baseball.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, if I'm picking between the two,
kids, man. But
well,
what am I supposed to do? Watch your kids play baseball?
I mean, go to a little league game. If you don't have, if I'm picking between the two, I'm gonna watch the professionals. But if the professionals don't exist,
will you tell your kid that you'd rather watch professionals than him?
Oh fuck yeah, I'll tell him. He's 10 years old. He sucks.
Calling my bluffs. Well, you guys heard it here. Chris cares more about some tight ends,
professional athletes
up on the field than he cares about his own son. So
yeah.
His whole monologue or discussion he's been having here means nothing. Oh, you could spend more time with family if you weren't watching sports.
That's what I'm saying. I would watch my kid if I didn't have the choice, but if I have the choice, I'm gonna watch the more interesting one. What do you guys think? Comment on this. Am I way out of line on this? I mean,
does Chris get his third strike tonight, or does?
Well, yeah. That's
just
because I said tranny. Check the JBU email here real quick while we're while we're discussing this. See if we got anything new.
I mean, I think it's interesting idea, and it's a great premise.
Okay.
But it's kind of the way that we use the way it's being used is incorrect. Because I mean, you know, you're obviously correlating Coliseum and then sports because they're pretty much they look the same. But what about large concert gatherings? Like those have happened.
Same thing.
Like large gatherings to watch things have happened forever.
Okay.
So
that's a fair point. Same thing. Have you ever? So, and I'm sure you have. What concerts have you been to?
I've been to Wetzel.
What the hell is that?
Colby Cooper.
Is that country?
Okay. He's a smaller guy. What the fuck is his name? I have his hat. Luke Combs. I got this at the concert.
Nice. What are those concerts like? Like, be brutally honest. What do you see while you're at those concerts? I haven't been to too many country concerts, so yeah. I guess I've been to a few. So I've only been to a couple concerts myself. I've been to Yellow Wolf. I went to a mixed hip hop one. It was local radio show here, puts on one with all the headliners every year. I went to that one year, and I went to, I can't remember the third one. I know there's a third one, but I can't remember the third one. But Malia once, try not to say her name, and I just did. Oops. She used to work at a local, not local to where we're at now, but local to where we were at the time, theater, which was, it was kind of a mid to small town theater. It had, I don't know, maybe 1,000, 1,500 seats at the most, probably between 500 and 1,000. And so I saw a lot of things that I wouldn't have gone to myself because of that. And yeah, I mean, it's basically the same thing in all of them, right? It's basically a bunch of people that are either drunk or high. I mean, fuck, when I went to the concert, the biggest concert I've been to is the mixed one. I think Wiz Khalifa was headlining one of the first years that he was big. And literally, so you get there, I don't know, 4 hours ahead of time or something. And I just remember I had to stand in the fucking baking sun for several hours in order to be in the front row, which I was, or real close to it. Close enough I could grab it. But literally for that next 4 hours, I just watched passed out drunk people being tossed over the crowd to the security at the front to be taken to the medical tent. Like, what is as a teenager, what was the positive thing that I was getting out of that?
You got to watch drunk people be drunk, and you were like, yep.
Got to watch some fights. And then, of course, the second it's over, I don't know how it is where you're at, but out here, the second it's over, it's literally like if you had a bunch of ants in a container and then you open the container and they all scatter because everyone's afraid someone's going to shoot up the place. This, at the time, this is long before, shootings, mass shootings were a big deal. This was more just gang violence people were concerned about. Yeah, I mean, it was a lot of fun. It was also just a waste of a Saturday. Like, the Yellow Wolf concert I went to, far better. It was in a smaller theater in downtown Seattle. Still a decent-sized theater, but a smaller venue. By far one of the better concerts that I've ever been to. But it was the same thing. I mean, it just wasn't... It was mostly just standing around, too. That's the other thing, is I spent far more time just standing around in line, waiting in line, waiting to get the tickets, waiting to, for the acts to come on, than I actually did enjoying the concert. stand around for 4 hours to watch a concert for an hour. And I don't have any problem with music, to be clear. But do we need the concert part of it?
Yeah, there's something weird about that too. Just because when you're at a concert, you're basically praising the person that is up there.
That's a good way of putting it. That is what you're doing, right? That's
exactly what it is.
That's a really good way
People
of putting
you
it.
put their hands up and everything, like it's Pentecost.
Hang on one sec, I'm quoting you. And here's the thing, this is America. I don't have a problem with these things existing. If you're an artist, put on concerts. I have a problem with people going. I have a problem with people willingly choosing to spend more time and more money watching football games, watching concerts, going on needless vacations. I'm not saying leisure, but there's a lot of needless vacations too, especially these days, that instead of putting that time into your neighborhood, into your community, into your church, into your house, into your business, you're going to retire at some point. Do all those things then. Do some of those things then.
I'm 70 years old.
Yeah. I mean,
Boomer.
See, and that's, I think, the real disconnect. And I have my problems with boomers, okay? Mostly in how they just let our government run wild and do whatever. But that is really the disconnect, I think, between boomers and millennials and Gen Z, is boomers assumed. The standard assumption was, my job the day I turn 18 is to work until I retire. Every single minute is to work and provide until I retire. It was not get a cush job so that I can take many vacations until I retire. That is what the average person my age tries to do. They want to go to college so that they can get a cush job that is going to give them everything they want right off the bat and have to work as little as possible. And I get it. Nobody wants to work. But, I mean, really the key to it is finding something that gives you meaning and gives you purpose, right? Because then it's not nearly work. But I don't know. I think that we all agree we're headed to a bad place. Whether left or right, we might disagree on how or why. We all agree we're headed to a bad place. I don't think we have to go there. And I think that small adjustments like this on the individual level make massive differences on the grand scale. Because when you're being less selfish, basically, just to sum it up in a word, I'm not saying it's entirely selfish, but just if you're being less selfish, you're spending more time worried about your community and your kids' future and, not what you get to do right in this moment, you're also going to be holding others to the same account because it's going to piss you off more to see other people dicking around instead of doing that, including your politicians and stuff. And so those small changes on the personal level, they have a ripple effect that can change our entire country, I think.
Probably could.
You guys let us know what you think. Comment.
I give it the probably.
Tell me I'm an idiot. Tell me I'm an asshole. You're going to keep watching football. I don't care. Although, really, if you consider yourself a conservative and you still watch the NFL, fuck you.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't have any. Oof. I didn't
bet she's
necessarily
got
need
a
to see
lot
that
of
so big on
nice
screen.
things to say.
Speaking of vacations.
Non, je veux pas. Non. Mais non. Tiens, prends ton téléphone. J'en veux pas. J'en veux pas. Non. Fais pas des bisous aux gens, ça va pas.
So apparently what is going on here is a woman on a French tourist harassed by a North African man on a Moroccan beach. She advises other women not to travel alone in Morocco. I don't want to say this is indicative of everything I was just saying, but it kind of seems like the less you focus on your society and the more you focus on selfishness and leisure, the worse your society is going to get until it starts affecting your selfishness and your leisure. Selfishness in your leisure. Does that make sense? Hopefully that made sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, NASA's on the phone. They want you to work for them now.
To do what? I mean,
Pronounce
sure, they
things
pay
correctly.
great. Pronounce things correctly. Fuck you. Now we turn to an absolute G. My reaction right after Monday morning meeting with my manager. No, nothing weird about this, right? Look, guns are legal in America. We treat it like anything else. Just like you might shop for a new phone while you're at work. If you're bored one day at work, you might shop for a new gun. It doesn't mean that you have something nefarious on the mind. I have.
You didn't come to work to be bored.
Well, it depends on the job, to be fair.
This is why we're not paying you.
I do more work for this damn show than I do for free. But this was from a Japanese person. They said, what is this? Buying a gun during work hours? Okay, first of all, you can't buy a gun on the internet. You can order the gun on the internet. You can't actually buy it on the internet. Regardless. What on earth is this person planning to do? No. More importantly, in America, can you really buy a gun during work hours? This is unthinkable for the Japanese. Well, first of all, we know it's unthinkable for you pussies.
There's places you can buy guns at any hour. Doesn't have to be work hours.
That's true.
But that's typically when gun stores are open, yes, is during work hours, because that's when people work. So, yes, you can buy guns during work hours. But honestly, just fucking mind your own business.
That's true. Well, and like what... First of all, if he's planning something nefarious, it's hardly relevant whether he's buying the gun while at work or he waits till after work and brings it in tomorrow. Like, this is the disconnect that I don't understand with anti-gun people and with foreigners that don't get the whole gun thing, which fine, you don't get it. But, like, what? Just think the next step through. It's not that complicated. My family member used to say all the time, I wouldn't trust myself with a gun, because I kept telling her, you live alone in a very dangerous place. You really should have one. And I'll teach you how to use it. I'll show you what permits and all that to get do all this correctly. And you don't even have to carry it if you don't want to, which I think is dumb. If you have it, you should carry it. But at least have it at the house, because you live alone in an extremely dangerous neighborhood. I don't trust myself with a gun. And, she was making... She wasn't making suicidal threats, but she was basically saying, I've had depression before and stuff. And it's like, first of all, if you're going to harm yourself, it doesn't really matter what's handy. You're going to find something. Like, you have 50 different pills in your medicine cabinet that if you took 3 of would kill you. It's just, there's something about the word or the thing itself, gun, that just puts it in this realm of mystical possibilities, unlike literally anything else. I could buy a hammer while at work and bring it into work tomorrow and start bashing people's heads in. Theoretically. What difference is it? What difference is it if I buy the hammer after work? What difference is it if I buy the hammer after work and have to show my ID and have a background check to buy it? I don't have any criminal history. It doesn't mean that I don't plan on doing something nefarious with it. What stops me from leaving my desk right there, going out to my car in the parking lot, and driving it through the front doors? It's just so weird to me how so many people just treat it like it's this magic thing that just creates evil by existing. Has any of those guns behind you ever once put evil thoughts in your head?
You're mistaken. There's no guns behind me.
Well, I know there's no guns behind you, but for the sake of argument.
Okay. No, none of these guns have put evil thoughts in my head, but some of those books have. Unfortunately.
That's a good point. And last I checked, it's generally not the pro-gun people that are out, not just encouraging people to set fire to their employers' warehouses, but actually doing it. But I digress.
I got something for you.
All right, what you got? Hang on, I can't hear it.
Yeah, it's really low.
Yeah, I do.
There we go.
They violated it, but Israel violated it too. Israel, as soon as we made the deal, they came out and they dropped a load of bombs, the likes of which I'd never seen before. The biggest load that we've seen.
Biggest load we've seen.
You know, when I say
Israel
okay, now
dropped
you
a
have 12
big
hours,
load.
You don't go out in the first hour and just drop everything you have on them. So I'm not happy with them. I'm not happy with Iran either. But I'm really unhappy if Israel's going out this morning because of one rocket that didn't land, that was shot, perhaps by mistake, that didn't land. I'm not happy about
Perhaps
that.
by mistake. Oh, there's Netanyahu's biggest cuck.
That have been fighting so long and so hard that they don't know what the fuck they're doing. Do you understand that?
They don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Now, just to clarify, that video is a little old, correct?
Yeah, I don't know when that was.
That was
the post is from the 8th, but
yeah, it's since the war began, obviously. But it is not the current ceasefire. However, he made very similar comments, minus the they don't know what the fuck they're doing. Today or yesterday, one of the two. I heard them today, but I think it was yesterday. It could that could very well be, and he just said that they don't know what the fuck they're doing twice, but I'm pretty sure that one is from a previous, like, couple weeks ago. But then he said he was complaining about Netanyahu continuing the bombing and stuff. I don't know. I mean, that sounded pretty on point for what's going on right now. So maybe I might be completely off base.
yeah,
Regardless,
it sounds like it's just always been happening, like he said. But the main point was, this is the guy controlled by Israel and the Jews.
Allegedly.
Talking shit on Israel and the Jews.
Yeah, and he's literally made Netanyahu come out and apologize and correct himself twice. And, like, there are few allies that a president can make do that. There is certainly no president before Trump that's been able to do that, let alone alleged enemies or enemies in general. Now, if you take the stance that, Jews are just completely puppeteering Donald Trump, then they would be enemies. And so if Jews are puppeteering, or if Netanyahu or Israel or whatever is puppeteering Donald Trump, why would he be complaining about them at all? Why would he ever say a word about it? They have dirt on him. He wouldn't say a word about it. He might dance around it and go, yeah, it's not helping us, but they have a beef to pick with Lebanon, and we understand why they might feel the need to do that, but it's just really a bad time, right? That's not what he said. He said they don't know what the fuck they're doing. And like I said, I mean, literally just a couple days ago, he made Netanyahu come out and apologize for bombing infrastructure in Iran and admit that he lied when he said that America approved it, because we didn't. And Trump said, the fuck we did. And so Netanyahu came out and apologized. It's just, of all the presidents that you could say are controlled by Netanyahu, it's just like with the Epstein thing. Like, of all the people that you could allege have some secret shady dealings with Epstein, Donald Trump is the only one on record that knew him before he was charged and then never talked to him again after he was charged. He's the only one that has no record of speaking to him after the incident in Mar-a-Lago over an underage waitress.
He's the only major figure that actually corroborated with investigators. Everyone else declined.
Yeah, willingly. The investigator himself, the DA himself, that admitted he doesn't like Trump, also admitted that Trump was the only one that was willing to answer any question he had without being subpoenaed, and the only one to call him directly. But of course, that was just Trump trying to, assuage guilt from himself. He was just trying to put it all on Epstein. Anybody who has ever dealt with the federal government before knows that if you're trying to distance yourself from somebody that got in trouble that you had dealings with, you wouldn't call the DA. You would just never say anything.
Mm-hmm. Saw us banging on the counter, said it wasn't me.
Here's Alex Jones, buddy.
Uh-oh.
Today. And I'm joking, obviously, but this is somebody that is on his InfoWars network.
Is it time to vote Democrat in the midterms? Now, this is a question that the Republicans are going to have to deal with. Now, personally, I don't see how I could ever vote Democrat. I couldn't even imagine 4 years ago having this conversation or even entertaining this idea that, should people be voting Democrat? But this isn't about me. This is about the midterm elections coming up and the fact that this question is being asked by a lot of Trump voters. But I want to explain why this is such an issue, as the GOP mouthpieces, the Republican Party mouthpieces, have a new presentation for you to try to get you back to the polls to vote Republican. So obviously, there's the MAGA split, the death of MAGA, however you want to call it, Trump attacking some of his biggest supporters yesterday. This has become the trend. And of course, that on top of the main course, which is that much of Trump's supporting base feels they've been betrayed and they feel like promises have been broken as far as what Trump ran on and what we're getting from this administration. The war, no mass deportations, we can go down the list, but this is happening. So here's why the question is so important.
Okay, before we go any farther, why are no mass deportations happening, Austin?
I think Trump is controlled by the Jews, so he had to slow it down.
Yes, the Jews don't want mass deportations, and thus Trump has, of course, given him... No, seriously, why have they not taken place?
I don't know, because they're fighting him at every turn, literally in the streets, one-on-one with officers.
I literally have a story here about a judge in Michigan that ruled against deportations for a certain group or something. I forget exactly, but it's something to do with deportations. The Supreme Court responded and slapped that judge down, and by the end of that same day, he issued a new ruling saying the same thing, you know, blocking the deportations once again. And the Supreme Court again had to slap him down before the administration could continue. And that is happening in every single liberal courthouse in the nation, 24/7 since Donald Trump took office. Has Donald Trump tried to deport a lot of people?
Yes.
Over and over again. And then what happened when he sent massive swarms of Border Patrol and ICE to cities? Half y'all went, well, I didn't mean like this. How the fuck do you think it's gonna go? You think it's gonna be pretty at every single turn? You think these people that don't want to be found are just gonna be like, okay, you got me? What more do you want the man to do? You should be mad at Congress, absolutely, because the Republicans in Congress are not backing him up, and they could have done several things by now to help assist. They could have changed the law so that there's no ambiguity whatsoever that any liberal justice could use to say that Trump doesn't have the authority to do this. Now, of course, he already does have the authority, and they don't need to change the law, but they could have, to eliminate all these fucking judges going outside of their lane.
I don't even know if that would have helped, because half the time they just know that they can get it right enough that it could stand for a week, 2 weeks, maybe a month before he gets picked up.
Yep. It just has to slow it down a little bit. Because then
that's all they want to do. That's all they can do. Since he is the president, all they can do is slow him down.
And the Supreme Court has already told them to knock it off twice now. And that particular judge twice specifically, but just liberal judges in general, they've told them to knock it off twice now. They're still doing it. They don't care. And yet you're still acting like Trump's not doing enough. He's not a fucking dictator. We do have a constitution, and he is following it. As he should. What more do you want? Now, I understand there are people that are upset about the war, and there is at least some argument to be had as far as that goes. But that's one thing. Tariffs would have been great. Except what? The court slapped it down. And then he reinstituted them anyway in a different way that was legal. But it still has had a massive effect because the court slapping it down has allowed all those companies who passed the cost on to you anyway to sue for our tax dollars. What else? Getting rid of DEI in the colleges, going after the Antifa and terrorist groups. So I actually said last night, and I never got to it. Matter of fact, fuck this guy. I don't need to hear anything else that he has to say.
Yeah.
I actually have a post here, and I have to apologize to Pam Bondi a little bit. I'm glad she's gone. I still don't think she was good at that job. She fucked up the Epstein thing royally. That put a huge black stain that is still being paid for on the Trump administration, along with Kash Patel. And I still don't think she did enough. But there is a list here of like 90 things that she did do that I was unaware of. And it's definitely more than I thought. In just a second here, I'm trying to find it. Please tell me I didn't get rid of this. Oh, well, here in the meantime, listen to this leftist.
So I've been no contact with my mother for...
Oh, nope, sorry, wrong one.
Oh,
Never
come
mind.
on. I have blue balls now.
I also realized that the second I scrolled away from it, it was gonna go away, but you know what? Maybe it's right here.
This is the perks of having your own show, guys.
I know. Well, I used to have a show map and stuff, but with doing the live streams, we don't have time to set up like we did before.
Yeah.
Now you guys want to pay us...
Play it pretty loose and fast every once in a while.
You guys want to pay us to have an assistant? Maybe we can
Or
get
if you
some
would
stuff
like
done.
to be an assistant for free, we are taking applications.
That works
You're
too.
looking for long-term investment?
Okay, President Trump turned the immigration court.
You can get on the ground floor of the Just Between Us Miller Talk Network.
Oh yeah, since I'm looking at it and since we're talking about it, here is, there you go. Deportations, or asylum grantees rather. Obama, Trump's first term, Biden.
This is
now.
This is the thing that Trump was pointing at when he got shot in the ear. This is the graph.
That's the graph.
Mm-hmm. He was trying to show how good the Remain in Mexico policy was.
Well, that's the magic graph then, huh?
Mm-hmm. Because you can see as soon as he institutes it, it drops off, and then as soon as Biden got rid of it, or did however he did it, executive order, I don't know, but
right back up.
Mm-hmm. See that steep
Voluntary
drop off,
departure. Bond.
and then boom.
Yep. But just going to show, like, I agree. I wish deportations were going faster, but you can't blame Trump for it.
The good thing is that almost all of those asylum claims probably would have been granted. And also, we found out pretty quickly that the Biden administration just wasn't doing double checks. If you claimed asylum, you could come into America, and then they would give you a court date, and you could just go to the whatever the fuck you wanted. Never had to show up for that court date. That's why in the beginning everyone was getting mad. They're arresting him right there in the courthouse, and because they were going to an asylum hearing, they didn't pass the asylum hearing, and so now they have to be arrested and taken out of the country. That's how it works.
That is
That's how it
works.
should have been working.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. All right, well, I might move on from this because I haven't found it. Taking
I
one
do
more
need to get going.
one more look here. All right, before you do, I do have one more video for you. If you have 2 more minutes?
Mm-hmm.
All right, I know where this one is, so. All right, I give up. Whatever. I'll try and find it after Austin takes off, but I want his opinion on this one. Controversial police shooting that took place recently, and I just seen the video from it. And this
That's
one,
exactly what I said.
what?
When you are a concert, you are basically praising the person on stage? Or did you mess that up?
Well, I meant to say when you are at a concert. That's what you said.
Okay, so I'm not the idiot, all right. I had to make sure.
Well, hang on. Now I gotta go fix it because I only have a few minutes left, probably. Hang on.
That could have been the one that
I don't
went
like
viral.
that they limit you to an hour. Oh, I forgot I did post the stream with that too, huh? Huh, I didn't even see it. Oh, there we go. Okay.
Confucius say, when you are concert, you are praising.
When you are at a concert, you are basically praising the person on stage. Okay. So anyway, going back to this police shooting. Figures. Figures. There it is. I'm not even sure exactly how I feel about this one. That's how crazy this one is. Usually, it's you know, it's very cut and dry for me. I know exactly how I feel about it. But I don't know on this one, man. Oops. Okay, so just to set the scene real quick, the suspect, and I'm not sure what he's a suspect of, and that matters a ton. Okay, maybe he just robbed somebody, maybe he just killed somebody. That matters, right? I'll get that information in just a second, but he's sleeping in the car right now. So he's asleep in the car. These officers are trying to sneak in, and I'm guessing the reason they are trying to sneak in is because they believe he has a gun. And so my guess is they're trying to secure the gun before they wake him. They probably should have secured the keys too. That said, I don't love the idea of waking somebody up in a situation like this. Like, it's my problem with no-knock warrants. So you can see, I think he just took a gun out there. I mean, I don't know.
Police! Don't move! Don't move! Don't move! Don't move! Don't move!
So they do say police several times. So at this point, he's taken off with an officer in the car.
Stop!
Tells him to
Stop,
stop.
man, just let me out. Let me out! Stop! Stop or I'll shoot! Stop! Shots fired! Shot fired! Shot fired! Don't move! Don't move! 512! Don't fucking move! Send him back.
All right, what's your initial thoughts?
I understand. Obviously, you're a cop inside of a vehicle not being controlled by you, so you don't know what this guy can do. You know, he can decide to kill both of you by driving off a bridge or driving into a building, whatever. But then also, he said, I'm going to shoot you if you don't stop. And before the guy could even respond, he shot him. He didn't really give him that much time. But like you said, we don't know the profile of this guy.
Yeah, I'm trying to get that answer real fast while we're looking at that. I agree. So one of my biggest problems is how fast he pulls out his gun and says, stop or I'll shoot, and then just shoots him. And I think that's because panic set in, partially. You know, I'm not making an excuse. Just because panic set in, that doesn't mean you're excused from doing it. I just think that's why it happened, is I think that, because you can kind of see that, you know, he takes his glove off at first, and he's kind of like assessing what the hell just happened. And then you can almost hear him like kind of go into panic as he pulls out his gun and yells at him. I don't like the waking the guy up. Is the same problem I have with no-knock warrants. Like, it takes a minute for a person to understand what the fuck's going on. If you wake up and there's just a bunch of guys grabbing you, even if they're shouting police, like, I don't know. But, I mean, he technically, at that point, has kidnapped the officer when the officer's telling him to stop and he's not. So there is that. And then also, or the last thing is, if this guy's committed a serious crime and that's why they are dealing with him, they know the person they are going after, they know who committed the crime, and they know the crime was committed. It's on video, they have multiple witnesses, whatever. And they're, you know, just looking for the suspect who they are familiar with. then I don't really have a problem. But, so the details that come from this, it's a repost of body cam footage from a fatal officer-involved shooting March 18th in Northeast Washington, D.C. The video, originally released by the U.S. Park Police and Metropolitan Police Department, has circulated widely on social media, yada yada. What happened per official body cam footage, police reports in the U.S. Attorney's Office investigation. Officers from the MPD and the U.S. Park Police responded to a report of a suspicious vehicle parked on Baker Street, ignition running per some accounts. They observed 17-year-old Delanio Martin sleeping in the driver's seat of a Hyundai SUV that officers believed was stolen. Officers planned a stealth approach to detain him without immediately alerting him. One officer, a Park Police sergeant, entered the rear passenger area of the vehicle while Martin was still asleep. Martin woke up during the attempt to remove him from his car. A brief struggle occurred. He put the vehicle in drive, accelerated away down the street, and the Park Police officer still inside the backseat. The officer repeatedly yelled commands such as stop, just let me out, stop or I'll shoot. And of course, stop or I'll shoot. And then he basically shot right after saying that. As the car continued moving northbound on Kenilworth Avenue and 36th Street, the officer fired 5 rounds from a service pistol. The vehicle crashed into a residential house. Martin was pronounced dead at the scene. No one inside the house was injured. Footage shows the officers initially trying a low-key approach while Martin was asleep, which matches the viral post caption, yada yada. Martin was not named in any public prior warrant mentioned in official reports. The police response was triggered by the suspected stolen vehicle, a Hyundai believed to be stolen. It keeps saying believed to be. Was it or was it not? Officers approached him specifically because he was found sleeping in what they determined was a stolen car. No other crimes or outstanding warrants are referenced in the DOJ, MPD, or U.S. Park Police statements as the reason for the stop. U.S. Attorney's Office for the District of Columbia, with FBI involvement, conducted full review of the body cam footage. In November, they announced no federal civil rights charges or D.C. charges would be filed against the police officer, citing insufficient evidence. The case drew significant public attention, criticism, yada yada. Full context for the incident. Okay, does the victim have a known criminal record? So this changes things a little bit. If he's sitting in a stolen car, then I don't know. Like, on one hand, I don't care. On the other hand, is that enough alone? I think it was a really dumb way of approach. I can see why somebody thought it wasn't, but they should have snuck in and grabbed the keys and then just woke him up like normal. I don't know why they attempted to apprehend him without waking him up. That just doesn't make any sense to me. Because he was 17, any prior offenses are not reported. So, don't know if he was known to police or not.
I don't think it was a great situation.
I don't think I think I would fire the cop that decided to, not necessarily even the one that shot him, but the one that decided to do the situation that way, just because that shows bad foresight. But that's probably it. Because the guy was still a criminal. And I do feel that, while he should have waited a little longer before shooting him, I mean, it was a deadly weapon. It was technically a kidnapping. I do think there was enough time for him to recognize that these are police officers, not somebody trying to jump him, and at least make some sort of attempt to stop or slow down the car. He was clearly still accelerating when he was shot. I don't know. I don't like it, that's for sure. But I don't know that I can condemn anybody on it either.
Mm-hmm.
other than whoever made the fucking decision to try and apprehend him without just taking the damn keys. Like, if you would have snuck in the car and grabbed the keys, then everything would have been fine. He would have woke up, tried to get away, wouldn't have been able to get away, and that's that. Why didn't you grab the damn keys? I have noticed, though, police started using, in situations like that, they have, like, these special devices that they can put in front of the tires, so that way if they do try to take off, it'll pop the tire and it wraps up in it so that it can't actually go anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty smart thinking, but...
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, smart thinking in that situation.
Yeah, but that's for sure. All right, where can they find you?
MillerTalk.substack.com.
Yeah.
MillerTalk_pod on X. Live stream to X, Rumble, Substack, and Twitch under Miller Talk.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You can find this show, JBU _show on X. Rumble.com/user/justbetweenus. And you can join the conversation with us, either calling in if you don't want to be on video, or you can video in with us by going to either Rumble stream and following the Discord link that is in the description below it. If for whatever reason you can't find it, just go to any previous live stream on Rumble, and it will be in the description of the show. You can just click on that link, and as long as you have Discord, it'll take you right to us. Or, of course, you can comment, send an email, jbu@usa.com, whatever works for you. All right, man, you taking off?
I guess. Mm-hmm.
All right. We'll see you later then.
Good night, America.
All right. Well, now that he's gone, we can actually get into some serious business. No, actually, I'm going to take off as well, because we've been going for 3 hours, and even though I have more stories and all of that, got to save some stuff. You know, we got 3 more shows this week. What is it? It is Friday. So yeah, we got 2 more shows this week. We'll be back on tomorrow and Sunday. One of the only shows that comes to you on the weekend, because we are not losers like everybody else. We are here for you. We'll get back into more normal stuff tomorrow. Glad that Artemis is home safe and, you know, all of that. I want to know what you guys think about the shooting, about the Artemis landing, all of that, but especially about the conversation on sports and whether or not they are detrimental to American men. Sports and just like leisure activities in general. Concerts is something that Austin mentioned. I mentioned cruises specifically. Spending too much time doing nothing. And rather than spending that time investing in your home, your family, your community, your neighborhood, your country, whatever it is, your business, doesn't necessarily have to be going to a soup kitchen. But you could spend time building something, or you can spend time watching some dude throw a football. And giving money to a company that fucking hates you, by the way. I think that we're being played just like the Roman citizens were. And it's easy to look back and go, I can't believe that, you know, they didn't see that their government was just keeping them fat and happy, basically. They're doing it to you right now. Professional sports did not start in the United States until progressives came along. Just facts. So let me know what you guys think on that. JBU@USA.com if you want to send me an email directly. Like I said, you can join this conversation anytime we are live by going to the Discord link under the in the Rumble description. Or if you are watching the show on X, x.com /JBU_show. Don't forget to like and follow and watch on X and Rumble, because they don't censor us and give us strikes every time we say a naughty word. With that, I guess I was supposed to put this one up for you. There you go. Yeah. With that, I think I can go to this one. There we go. We'll see you guys again tomorrow. We're going to shoot for 6 o'clock West Coast time. Follow the show. You'll get updated when we go live. My name is Chris, and this has been the JBU Show.
Bye, 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 bye. Wait, I want to be a little bit louder.
Yeah.
This is only between us.
This is just between us.
This is between us.
Perfect. 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 Perfect.